New Always Talking Shit Show. New Always Talking Shit Show.
Yo, it's your boy Talkin. It's another episode of the Always Talking Shit Show. You know, where we fucking 6'9" bullshit.
So what's good, man? How's your week been, man?
It's been one of them.
Heard you said you had found out some shit.
What did I find out?
You was talking about cheese and goat cheese. What the fuck you was talking about when I came in?
No.
Switched up the cheese you eating?
No, I didn't. I won't, because I know that vegan cheese shit is bullshit.
It's nasty.
Yeah. You just got to understand what's going into it.
Right, at this point, yeah.
And I get it. We're not supposed to
Everything
eat cheese either.
That's one thing about the vegan culture is like, niggas like, oh, I couldn't go without eating meat. I don't mean cut you off.
What's up, Mama Rose?
My Dukes, what's up, baby girl? How's everything back home? Hope everything's good.
But no, there's not substitutes for everything. There can be.
Yeah, so like my thing is, if you're not gonna eat meat, you can't eat burgers.
Just don't.
You feel me? Like, I don't want a vegan burger. I want a regular.
I don't want a chickpea and black bean vegan burger.
Yeah, man. Who said that?
Green onions and shit.
Some jackfruit fried chicken.
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
That's jackfruit.
Like, niggas can't keep telling me it's chicken. No.
That's jackfruit.
It's not.
That's the fruit. But they fry it with
Or the
chicken.
black dude.
And
You ever
know
see?
what's crazy, though?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen them fry that jackfruit?
The shit looks.
That shit look like chicken. I be wanting to taste it.
Or
like,
did you see the shit that they do with the flour now, where they wash all the shit out of it to where it's like stringy, like fucking, and it makes like do it like chicken. Oh my nigga, I gotta show you.
That's nuts.
I gotta show you.
That's nuts.
I can't show y'all right now, but I gotta show my man's. Like this, he doesn't understand. Like the way he looked at me, he has not seen this.
Flour chicken is what they call it, huh? Hey, man, she gets on my nerves.
I can't. We're not gonna watch her. I can't do her, nigga. But look at this.
It's not chicken if it's made from flour, bro. Why is it pulling together like chicken, though? Pulling apart like chicken. Why does it look like chicken?
Watch.
I would never. Man, that's nuts. Damn. See, this is why the aliens ain't gonna come. They don't want to be bothered with this shit.
Look, they're not dead, bro. Look, watch. Just keep.
So they're gonna make Play-Doh. Who made this up, bro? How do you figure this out?
Yeah, you do this and use chicken broth. We're defeating the purpose, right?
Is it vegan then?
Right, it's not.
2 hours.
shit looks like bread still, nigga.
That shit looks nasty. Is what it looks. I don't know whose chicken they be eating. Like Rose Gordon's chicken. Ain't no chicken that looks like that.
So that's the nigga.
But that's why we're not ever gonna see aliens in our lifetime. They don't want to be bothered with that. They flying by checking us out like, oh, them motherfuckers still turning dough into chicken, man. We out. Fam, if you're gonna be vegan, you can't eat meat.
You can't even substitute. You can't find shit that looks like meat, texture like meat, right?
Like, oh well, if you tell yourself this, it tastes like chicken. Like what the? Hey man, leave chicken alone, man.
Yeah, chicken don't taste like everything that you can't. Chicken is fucked up because chicken, you can't. It's just because you can't readily identify the flavor don't mean it tastes like chicken. You can't just put that off on chicken.
I refuse to believe soaking bread in chicken broth is gonna convince my body that I can make fettuccine with that. Fam,
Stir fry,
I'm just gonna do pasta. No.
chicken tacos, or when they're like the.
Fry some beans up real hard.
Pause.
Yeah. Put some cheese, all real stuff on there.
Right.
And eat it on the shell, man. You probably won't even miss it.
I'm just, or it's like they do like the steak mushrooms. Like this is the steak of the mushroom, and it tastes just like skirt steak when you fry it up. That's a fucking mushroom, my nigga.
What's the thing that they be using, man? That they use it for the symbol of like penis on social media.
The eggplant.
The eggplant. Fam,
Stop.
I got so mad when I like eggplant. Like they were trying to. When I first started, like okay, cut back on meat. Like a lot of people, eat eggplant. Do eggplant. You can fry it like this. You can grill it like steak. Man,
Miss me with all that shit. I'm not hearing none of that.
But yeah, we gonna get on, man. I got a question for you to start the show.
What's
Something that pissed me off, man. It ain't pissed me off. Stop lying. But
irked you?
I just thought about it like, yo, what is okay? So like, Lil Nas X makes a comment. My man says, this is his words. This is like, he said, what he said? He said, being gay is cool.
I'm going back to straight again.
Nah, but he said being gay is cool and all that. I miss pussy.
Oh yeah, I know.
He follows
Yeah.
that tweet up though after he gets the mentions and all that stuff. He follows that back up. Oh no, it's cool. Don't worry, he called back.
Yep. Yeah, I saw that weird ass man.
So this is my theory about Lil Nas X. Hey, I'm a friend of the gay community. I'm a friend of the human race.
But sometimes we gotta start.
I've always said to myself, and people are starting to, niggas used to get at me like I was the only one, but like I'm hearing other people say it now. And that is, fam, I don't think that was dead this whole time.
My bad.
It's all good, man. He killed me.
Well, I'm glad I looked at her comment.
What's up, man? My name's Akeem Sincere, man. The other half of the Always Talking Shit show. Let me reintroduce myself, man. They trying to silence me out here.
That's my.
They trying to silence your boy.
That's my dickhead fault.
I won't be silenced. You know what I mean? Nah. Thank you. But what was I saying? Lil Nas X. I don't believe he's gay. Now, before I want to preface my comments that this is just strictly towards Lil Nas X.
Nobody else.
I don't care if he's gay. But fam, gay people don't refer to like the gay people don't use stuff like my older sister's gay. I've never heard her say, I've talked millions of hours of politics with this one, all about all kind of shit. I've never heard her use the term the gay agenda. Like, right. Lil Nas X really do talk as if he's not gay.
He does.
You know? You're not gonna just kiss a dude on stage and in full keem. I just don't get it, man. I don't think that he's gay. It's the things that he does. Like, I know he trolls, but it becomes different when like a culture or a group of people that are, I don't want to say protected, as if gay people don't face all type of silly atrocities, right, because that's not true. I'm not saying that they're protected in the sense that society protects them, but socially, it's It's like black people. You can't just say shit about black people. You can't get on the mic and just say shit about black people.
No, you can't.
You got to be careful how you talk.
Really do, right.
Because of the history of the way they spoke about us, the history of the way we were treated in this country,
right.
and diminished. Even so, I know white people get frustrated at that because they be like, "Damn, man, I want to just curse this motherfucker out, but I got to use my words carefully because it can always be misconstrued as something else."
Right.
Well, it's the same way with men and women. If you're a man's man, you're gonna deal with women a certain way.
Right.
The gay community is in that same bubble. You don't just get to come off making gay jokes or being insensitive to the homosexual plight. So why does Lil Nas X get to do that?
Nigga, not to like talk about the game, but in the game, because I'm on like administration there, you kick niggas for that shit.
Being gay?
No, you can't. Like I'm saying, like you got to choose your words wisely.
Oh, okay,
you
for like slurs and stuff like that. Yeah, no, yeah, okay, yeah, I get all that.
You can't call a dude the F word.
No, I get what you're saying.
You can't be in. And the other thing you can't do, you can't talk about nobody's skin color. Let white motherfuckers can't be in there like you dark ass. Like, oh nah, you gotta go, bro.
Yeah, no, I could dig
you
it.
Go light skin, piss color. Nah, nigga.
Yeah, no, I could dig it.
You know
Because we have to mature past all those silly
Right.
things. That's another reason why we ain't never gonna get to meet the aliens. They like, man, these motherfuckers tripping off the hue of that color.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We don't want to talk to them. We don't want to share them the secrets to everlasting
That's
life.
That's the equivalent to like having. I'm not a rich person being like, I thought a broke nigga was trying to talk to me. The aliens is like, we ain't talking to you niggas.
Like, man, I want to talk to y'all,
what
man.
we gonna learn from y'all? What the?
Y'all wild, man.
We put y'all here thinking y'all was gonna give us something to learn from. What we gonna learn from y'all?
But I did want to say that because I want to get into that because Lil Nas X is being pushed in a way that typically we see celebrities and superstars that not necessarily always have a unique talent. I won't go that far, but they're usually a little bit more accomplished. Like I feel like even with the push of Lil Nas X, right. I don't think. I mean, his album didn't do well. It wasn't like by any great. With all the marketing dollars and all the looks he has, performing at every award show and commercials with Elton John.
I'm not gonna hold you. The song he got with Megan Thee Stallion on that Montero album, that nigga was busting.
Hey, listen to me.
The nigga can rap, bro.
Outside of Old Town Road, because they played it so much,
Yeah.
I've never heard a Lil Nas X song.
So
I don't know if he can rap or not. I'm just going off the numbers.
He can rap.
That's not what I'm talking
not
about.
Gonna lie.
That's not what I'm talking about. Just because he's gay and he's a troll don't mean that he's not capable of rapping. I would assume that, look, I sit in a place where I say that everyone that has a record deal can rap.
Yeah.
You might not be a wordsmith or a lyricist. You might not be metaphoric. You might not be a rapper's rapper.
Right.
But
you can rap.
You can rap
in form of.
You already got your pocket. You mastered your delivery to some extent. You can go in the studio, even though this dude and this dude is way nicer than you. You can still go in the studio and pen your weak shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm a person that gives credit. I don't rap. I know what it's like to create story. I know what it's like to write and create. So I can imagine, nigga, like there's talent there.
Right.
I'm never gonna shit on that just because I don't like what you write, and I've grown to that. You know what I'm saying? Because part of hip hop is critiquing music.
Oh, all day.
Right. But what I'm saying about this kid, like, take the music out of it. And the reason why I mentioned the lack of success musically is because he's like the gay male sweetie.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Like I don't even remember the song she had, but it got a little run.
I don't remember.
I know she was dating Quavo, had the little famous breakup. Yo, fam, this bitch has her own Crocs. Excuse my language.
Meal at McDonald's.
She has her own McDonald's meal. And I'm just like, out of all the hip hop rapping motherfuckers that didn't ate at McDonald's, why she get a meal?
Chose, right.
But whatever.
Why Travis Scott get his?
Whatever. She got a meal. Well, the thing about Travis Scott is at least two things about Travis Scott. Every brand can say, if you do business with him, your numbers go up.
Very marketable, you're right.
Right? He's created a niche following.
Yeah.
Travis Scott can go in the studio and press some buttons and twist some knobs and come out with some bangers.
That's real.
Saweetie has ghostwriters.
And we can name Travis Scott songs off the top of our head right now.
And we can name albums before this nigga was famous.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
So that's why Travis Scott. I mean, it's still, I get your question, like the overall question, because like, shit, why not Nas? Why not Ho? Why not Dre?
How did Jay's, fuck it. I'm going to go with your man's because you got to talk about, if you're talking about like accomplished business and you attach your name to making money, how does Jay-Z not have a meal?
because McDonald's don't market to adults that think about the cholesterol intake and think about the bullshit that they're eating. They market to kids, and kids know Saweetie because she had a song with, I think, Cardi B, one of them motherfuckers. She's in that lane, right? Maybe not as accomplished, but she's a beautiful girl, and I mean, I'm sure maybe she's charismatic. I don't know. I mean,
wait, why doesn't Nicki have a meal?
Again, Nicki's 40,
but accomplished. I feel like she
but
still appeals
40
to the younger women.
Younger women might want to dress like Nicki.
Right.
They don't give a fuck about what she eat. She ain't in that cool class. There's a certain like level of coolness that you grow out of. Like I don't care. Hov is one of the coolest motherfuckers out.
Right. No, you're right.
Billy D. Williams, cool as a motherfucker.
Eventually, you're gonna disconnect from the younger crowd, and you're not gonna be.
George Clooney is cool as a motherfucker.
Right.
He ain't cool to no 19, 20-year-olds right now. You know what I'm saying? But we would be like, well, that's George Clooney.
Every female used to want to be with.
That's George motherfucker. We know that though.
Right.
They don't know that.
They don't know that.
You know what I'm saying? So they
like
gonna look
Brad
at it.
Pitt's one of the rare ones.
Fam.
And Johnny Depp, that's just keep
Fam.
winning. They're one of the rare ones. You know
And
what
it's
I'm saying?
cliche kind of.
Right.
That's just it's kind of not even. They don't know. You don't know Brad Pitt. A female in their 40s will look at a 20-something-year-old.
Beyonce's
Dog,
one.
no,
Beyonce's one of the ones that'll always.
Well, you keep naming older people.
No. But I'm saying she'll always appeal to. I feel like she'll always have that appeal to the younger.
I don't think she has that now.
So
man,
big.
if you talk to girls 16,
yeah, you're
or
right.
12 to 18, nigga, where Cardi at? Where
girls.
Meg at?
Where Meg?
Where the city girls?
Where B at?
My mama like Beyonce.
Yeah, where's B at?
My auntie's always talking at Beyonce. I like Beyonce. I know she the queen, but nigga, Beyonce's not making those type of songs for them no more. She's not making like
at all.
You know, she's
making grown women.
She's in a whole nother stratosphere. Yeah, they in another stratosphere. They're not. So that's what I'm saying. Like it has to be. It would have to. If you're gonna be McDonald's and you find now, it's all the people we named.
It could have been the Tory Lanez.
It's all the people. It's all the people you named.
Mm-hmm.
That made it possible. Yeah. That McDonald's was like, yo, we can't deny this shit no more.
Yeah.
We got to get on to this hip hop shit.
Niggas should have had a meal.
Like having a hip hop beat in the background and working with Pusha T on the slogan, that ain't enough, nigga. We see what that does. Mm-hmm. The numbers are there. Hey, this girl Sweetie that got them Crocs. I don't know what it is about Sweetie. She got a great freaking manager, bro.
Travis Scott that got all them Nike collaborations.
She got her own meal from McDonald's, and then she just got something else that's crazy. I can't think of what it was. That's what made me actually think about like bring her up on this topic. It's another. She got another like outlandish. First off,
the Croc deal.
The Croc deal, the McDonald's deal, and it's another one that's even bigger. And I'm just like, how she keep getting these deals, bro? Like, I can't name one Saweetie song, and now she don't make music for me. Mm-hmm. I'll be the first to admit, so I'm not probably supposed to know. But before you cross over to that type of realm, typically you've reached at a stratosphere to where, like Ja Rule was just talking about it on Drink Champs. The nigga said, fam, don't give me that radio shit is dead. He said that you're only saying that because you don't got top 40 hits.
Right.
He said, nigga, when you top 40, nigga, on the country stations and the stations that, you know, just that top 40 shit, morning, radio, commute, like you be surprised what it do for your numbers because there's another 100-something million people that's never buying your music, never going to where your music is sold, never going to a show. They're never marketed to you. They know you from the guy from the racing movie.
Or the nigga at the fire festival. And
that's what I'm talking about before. This is way before that. He said, man, the reason why I was more successful than most of my peers is because y'all was making just as good as music as me. Niggas liked y'all music more or just as good as mine. But I was on, nigga, they played me underground. They played me hip hop. They played me R&B. They played me top 40. Nigga, I checked all the boxes. I'm going to be successful. Now, when I see Saweetie, and I'm not hating on Saweetie, get your money.
Checking all the same boxes.
I'm like, no, though. She don't check those boxes.
Oh, no, yeah.
Where's her hit record? No hit. Where's her hit record that my mother would know?
Spins.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Where's the hit record that a nearly 40-year-old man would know? I'm closing in on 39, fam. I don't know none of her records. But I know, what's the girl's name? Well, she's a little older too, so it don't matter. But I mean, there's certain young people that I know. I can hear them. I don't go checking for Lil Durk. What's it like? Lil Durk and Lil Baby and all them. They don't make music for me, but I hear it it ciphers through. So I don't know. Even with Cardi B don't make music for me, but it ciphers through. So I get what you're saying, but I guess just taking it from their aspect, like of marketing, they probably want to go with somebody younger that gives them that Cardi B type effect, right? But younger. Like, I just don't know, fam. I don't know, man. I'm talking, but I think that, like, literally, she just got a great management team. Cause I just still can't. I can't talk myself into this re-seeing why Sweetie has all these endorsement deals, fam. Niggas don't even know who Rhapsody is,
right? And
she moves units. It's just a weird thing, man. Somebody got to make it make sense to me, man. So I don't know.
You might just have what you just said. Great management team. The machine might be fantastic behind her.
It has to be.
The machine might just be landing shit for her. Bro.
Yeah, it has to be. Calling in favor on favor on favor.
Or not even calling in favor. They might be taking these deals that that most of these big people, like not the older big people, but like the Megs and the Cardis are looking over and not realizing how many O's are attached to this motherfucker.
Or just a broader appeal it gives you.
Right.
It's like, when Clarissa Shields, great, legendary, all-time great female fighter, but nobody will fight her because they know that she's going to knock your ass out and beat you up. She's going to beat you up.
And she's going to drop your stock.
So now the top-tier boxers in the world won't fight her, and they're making money without her. She's not getting adequate pay, right? Jake Paul offers her a co-main event on his next fight, which she's probably gonna make $1 million.
And she's gonna knock.
Which no female boxer has ever made $1 million purse.
Yeah.
Her boxing instincts jumped in a way and was like, "What? I'm no undercard. He can't even beat me." And I said, "Man, a female that you dog walked effortlessly was set to fight at his co-main event." Last fight was set to make $40,000, and she took the fight because that's a lot of money to her. This cat is getting taped up, and congratulate her as she's coming back into the back area on her fight and on her victory. And he was just like, "Man, she's great. She's a great boxer, man." And one of the other trainers was like, "Yeah, and she's only making $40,000. That's crazy, right?" Like, they're making $40,000 as trainers and shit like that, more than that. So he looked and was like, "Wait, what?" Now he has this deal with Showtime for millions of dollars, and he's like, "What do you mean she's only making $40,000?" And they was like, "No, that's a good payday for her. You see how happy she is."
Yeah, but that ain't a good payday in his eyes. Which ain't wrong.
He took $460 from his purse.
$460,000.
$460,000 from his purse and gave it to that girl, making her purse go from $40,000 to $500K. And then he made sure every other person on the fight card at least made $500,000 to $1 million. He gave the nigga that he was fighting like $400,000 so he can make $2 million. Tyrone Woodley made more money in that exhibition fight than he made his entire Hall of Fame career in the UFC.
I mean, all right, so let's call it what it is. I gotta stop now saying that Jake Paul's bad for boxing.
Well, I don't want to go too far into that because I was just saying that because.
But I just want to speak on.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
On the nigga Jake Paul.
Don't be a hater.
Where I feel like he's fucking up the game of boxing because he hasn't fought nobody. Where I feel like
neither is Canelo.
I feel like hold on. I feel like it's being majorly outweighed.
What's outweighed?
His lack of fighting anybody. I feel like his contribution to the sport, what he does, majorly outweighs that to me.
Well, to me, it's a moot point of him not fighting anybody because what professional fighter is going to fight him? Like, even Canelo said that he will fight him, but he said he has to get some seasoning, which means I'll fight you on the way out of my career when I could just make a last-ditch payday, and by that time you probably will be respectable.
I no longer mean a Canelo. I no longer mean even
any pro boxer.
I mean like a pro boxer.
Any pro boxer.
A journeyman who has one more fight left in his career. Nigga.
A pro boxer that come through the amateur ranks of America that's set to make his first pro debut fight is no match. Jake Paul is no match for that kid, whoever it is. Like, you got to have a certain punch count to be in there. Like, there's not a sanctioned body that would sanction him.
Hold on, wait.
That would sanction him with dudes with licensed hands.
You get me off my point. I'm respecting what he's doing for paydays for people.
You got me off my point too. Go ahead. I'm not talking about paydays.
Right, we'll give it to your point quick.
No, I forgot
this one point.
I'm not talking about paydays though. I'm talking about y'all, because y'all see him in the ring with fans. You be like, oh well, he need to fight a real boxer, and I'm trying to tell you, nigga, that's illegal. You can't just fight a real boxer. It's the reason why these niggas got to go to the court and get their hands licensed as lethal weapons. They can't allow Showtime's not letting this boy get in there and fight a real killer.
But why can he fight Woodley if Woodley's a trained fighter?
Because Woodley's retired.
Oh.
And it was an exhibition fight, and Woodley's never boxed before.
I never thought of that.
Woodley's never had a boxing match in his life.
But I see the loophole you're bringing up because it'd be the same with Askren. Askren was retired.
Askren was retired.
Yep. And it makes him
and
an
is
amateur.
Not even a striker.
It would make him an amateur in boxing or amateur fighter.
He's a novice.
He moves sports, yeah.
Just because you're an MMA fighter don't mean that you're a boxer. You're a licensed. It ain't the same. You don't just get to cross over.
No, I mean you might get a little more bail like Conor McGregor did because he wasn't retired at the time.
Right. He was in his prime.
Yeah.
And they set that up like
a real boxing match if counted. No, it didn't count.
It counted, but it didn't count it. And Floyd said that. Floyd has been on the record saying, I don't care about 50-0. I care about 49-0 because I know that my 49-0 is killing Rocky Marciano's 49-0.
Oh yeah,
because Rocky Marciano didn't fight nowhere near the talent or the champions or the world class, the Hall of Famers that I fought. Yeah. So he's not tripping off that. Like nigga, that's gonna be up there, right? The 50-0 comes in where it's like y'all really want me to fight this dude? Wait, how much? He looked at his money team. I can make how many hundreds of millions of dollars fighting this kid?
Fuck it.
He called me a what?
Yeah.
What did he say about black people?
Let's go.
Run it. So I go in there, and then they sanctioned it because they thought Floyd was gonna lose, fam. This nigga is. I'm talking about. But remember, Floyd made $1 billion off honestly racist white people wanting to see him lose.
Oh yeah.
So because of that, Floyd, they that's when they sanctioned it. Like, oh nope, this is gonna. They sanctioned it. So that if your ass lose, it goes against your record.
We can now blemish that
so
record.
When he wins, nobody can be like, oh, well, nigga, they just made that belt up for him. They made up a belt and gave it to fucking Canelo.
They sure did.
They made up a belt after he forfeited his belt to Charlo because he didn't want to fight him. And they made up a belt and gave it to Canelo. UFC, hey, man, we can't really, you ain't won a champion, you famous, nigga, you're a bad mother effer. You're a bad motherfucker. We're going to make a bad motherfucker belt and give it to him.
That's never been defended again.
So, with that being said, what are we talking about? When it's their thing, they can do whatever they want with it. It backfired on them because you'd be surprised how many people thought that Conor McGregor actually had a chance with Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah. No, of course. It's the same.
But boxing is the one sport, and we'll just ride with it because we didn't land it on boxing. Boxing is the one sport that functions with with the majority of its fan base being novice and somewhat ignorant of the sport. The average boxing fan does not really know that much about boxing. Now you have your boxing aficionados, cats that really know, but all you gotta do is talk to them and you'll realize, oh, I'm just a casual fan. Because this motherfucker knows the amateur team for the U.S. He knows, like, I'm not that invested.
I'm not either.
Right? Like, but I got friends that no matter who's fighting, nigga, they could tell you who's fighting and something about them.
Motherfucking,
you know what I mean?
Tremaine.
Yeah, well, some people.
Tremaine is that dude.
I don't know that about Tremaine, but I agree. I can see it.
I could tell you.
No, I can see it.
I only said that because we know.
I know, but I was just saying that's just something I didn't really know about him.
Is,
but I know a lot of cats that's like really in the box. So boxing is one of those sports that you're either a diehard or really a casual. And when I say that, the average casual football, baseball, and basketball fan knows a lot more about the sport than boxing because chances are they played it.
Right.
Even if it was stick ball, even if it was pickup, even if it was in PE, you throwing the ball around, they have some familiarity with the sport.
Yep.
The average boxing fan has never taped his hands and put on a glove.
Right.
Has never wore boxing shoes. Has never had to chew down on a mouthpiece. Has never
sparred another.
Don't know what it's like to punch continuously for 35 to 45 seconds.
That shit's rough.
So they have no idea. So we take it with a grain of salt. It's prize fighting. It's a gladiator sport. It's a brute sport. It's not the like creme de la creme of human mankind.
No.
Where you're gonna put two motherfuckers in a cage or whatever, or in a ring, and see which one can physically beat the other one the most, and
or which one can finesse the other one.
And it's that type of it's just something from the gladiator days, man. It's always been here. Like UFC, I remember when people was thinking the UFC was too gruesome. Bro. And it wasn't gonna go mainstream. And really, but America is the most gruesome country.
Well, you remember,
like we
UFC,
like to lie about ourselves because we say we're first world.
UFC, when it first started happening, the only rules was
we're country of brutes.
You couldn't bite and pull hair and kick in the nuts.
Yeah,
you could do everything else, nigga.
Look at bare knuckle boxing.
Oh yeah, man.
That shit get bloody, dog. It'd be bloody watching them niggas fight.
I ain't no bitch. I ain't no pussy. I'm not signing up for bare knuckle boxing.
The funny thing is, man, to me, if you're going to box, to me, it's the same thing. Like, I feel like if I'm boxing you bare knuckle or with any size gloves, we pose the same risk.
No. I'm just talking about bare knuckle going to hurt a lot worse.
But
and you
no,
just
this is the thing, though. That's the thing, though. And Paulie Maldonado said the same thing because he did one of the bare. He's a Hall of Fame boxer, and he did the bare knuckle shit. He said, it looks bad, but actually, man, I'll take that any day. He said, because when your hands are taped and gauzed and padded and put with gloves on,
it's heavy.
Fam, it's not only heavy and getting heavier per round. Boxing gloves were made so that I can punch you as hard as I can without hurting my hand.
Oh yeah, you're not,
because when they first started boxing, they would just, there was bare knuckle, and then it wasn't because it was too gruesome or too crazy. You couldn't finish a fight because behind the second round comes somebody got a fractured wrist or a hand, or then they start taping them, and that wasn't really enough, right? So then it was just like, okay, well, how can we maximize on punching power while societying the pain that the puncher is gonna feel? They start creating boxing gloves, and they mastered the art of boxing gloves, and now so boxing gloves are there. To me, the only benefit of boxing somebody with boxing gloves on is catching punches. You can use them things as pillows, and you know what I'm saying. You can get smaller behind some gloves.
Right.
You can't. It's hard. You got to stay disciplined when it's your knuckles.
You do.
But at the same time, when it's your knuckles, you got to be calculated with your punches. You can't come in and just on somebody's skull.
You hit a nigga in his forehead
or forehead.
It's over. You broke your hand and your wrist probably. Nigga.
Now you in danger of getting your ass whooped because you hurt.
Your arm is
and you can't fight. So, and boxing in a bare knuckle thing, you got to be more calculated. You got to be more defensive. You got to pick your sweet spots. But the thing is, when you're watching this fight, because it's bare knuckle, you're cutting skin. Your sound, the skin, crazier. You're bleeding. Everybody's gonna be bleeding. Yeah. Everybody's gonna be bleeding if you're fighting these bare knuckles, especially if you're fighting rounds where you're gonna take punches. And on the street, you might not punch me, nigga. I might dog walk your ass, and you might not ever really get a clean hit on me. So it just looks like I just beat the shit out of you because you're bleeding because I punched you 7 times in the face, right? But in the it's just a shit. It's a level playing field. So I get what you're saying, and it I guess it's more painful when you talk about the totality of it. Yeah. You versus both of y'all, but I don't know, fam. I'd rather a pro boxer hit me with punching gloves on. If I had to just take a punch by Mike Tyson, hit me with the gloves. Put them gloves on, big dog. The bigger the better. Because if Mike Tyson punches you bare knuckled, he might kill you, bro. Your ass might die in the gloves, but you dying in them bare knuckle. He'll smoke your boots.
Even in the body, you gonna split your spleen.
The funny thing is, dog,
split your whole
Floyd
split,
Mayweather
nigga, would kill you.
If Floyd Mayweather punch your ass, nigga, you might die too. And that's the thing. Like, I've heard heavier boxers that sparred with him talk about, nigga, how hard Floyd hits and how it's crazy that he has this myth of that he don't hit hard. Like, he's so skilled and defensive, and with his injuries, he had to pull back on knocking niggas out, and then he went up like 3 weight classes. But Pretty Boy Floyd was getting niggas out of here.
Hustle smarter, not harder.
And when you fight, everybody that knows in the art of punching and striking, it's fluidity. It's textbook. It's skill. Like, if you punch perfect every time, you're a more deadlier puncher than a person like Manny Pacquiao that jumps in, nigga, and picks his shots where you can time them easily. Easier, I should say. It ain't easy to time them. but easier.
Mm.
And that's why if you look, when Manny Pacquiao started fighting dudes the same size as Floyd, he didn't knock them out either. In fact, he got knocked out. And that's where, you go with the steroid thing, because it's like, nigga, well,
what happened?
Where you lose all that power at.
Mm-hmm.
Fam, I watched this documentary the other day. It's called The Family. Have you ever heard of it?
Mm-mm.
This is how they got me.
What's it about?
It's political, social political shit. But I'm gonna break it down real quick. This is how they got me. They got me because they show the salacious headlines of the family, the secret family that runs the world, and does all this stuff, and it's like, oh shit, some Illuminati shit, like, and then boom, they show my boy Obama, right? So I'm like, oh shit, I click on it, man. What they do? Caught my nigga Obama in, right? What they make him do?
What they make him? Yeah, right.
Obama, I watched 2 hours of this shit, nigga. The whole series, nigga. Obama's not in it. I don't even know why they did me like that. He's not even in it, fam.
They did it to get you to watch it.
Did it to get me to watch it, but it worked. So the family, this is how you get in the family. You have to be sophomore in college, at least 1 year removed from your freshman year. You get recruited by members that's already in the family. The family is a group of men. Well, the way I'm gonna tell you in totality, because the way I'm not gonna tell you the way they broke the movie, the film down. You can watch it if you want to. It's called The Family. There's two groups. There's a women group and a men's group. They take these kids in college, they pluck them out of their dorms, and they put them in one of the most exquisite real estate areas, the most exquisite neighborhoods in D.C., right? Where all the senators and people live and stuff like that. Generals and shit. They ain't $1 million homes, fam. They don't live in the house, though. They clean the toilets. They stock the groceries.
It's like a frat boy type
They
shit.
buff the floors.
They're
right?
pledging.
They live in the back of the house mansion in like a guest home, but the guest home is fucking exquisite.
Of course.
It's about 12 to 20 young men, 12 to 20 young women. Fam. I put in my notes, The Family, a.k.a. Jesus Warriors. The Family becomes a group of elitist young men where they're indoctrinated by these senators, these people. Nobody knows who the fuck they are.
It's kind of like Skull and Bones
Right?
Society type shit.
They turn around, they only teach them a new indoctrination of Christ, which they don't like school them on foreign policy, because they know that these people are going to run the country. They're going to like get them elected to Senate. They're going to get them on Supreme Courts. They're going to get them. So they just go through with whatever they're going to school with. So one of the prerequisites for you being selected for this is being a law student, a political science major, a psychiatrist, not a physician, a psychiatrist, the medicine of the mind, right? These are all great manipulators. These are people that can be great manipulators, right? And then they're going to use their pull and their clout to get you in these places of power and prestige, right? So you're basically good. You just got to graduate school. They're not teaching them to be good leaders. They're not teaching them diplomatic things or things about political history. None of that shit. They're teaching them a new indoctrination of Jesus. They take their Bibles. One of the things, they have to be religious, devout in their religion, verbal about their religion, not just, King, what are you? I'm Muslim or I'm Christian. Like, nah, nigga, like, niggas know you are because you always talking about it. It was funny because there was a black dude in this group, right? But I knew it from watching him, like, oh, this nigga ain't gonna make it. Because nigga, he was too good at basketball. Nigga, they was hooping and shit. They got the mansion. He was busting their ass. And I was like, nah, nigga, you not gonna make it. I could just tell you ain't even that. You just ain't that.
Okay.
Like, you probably is down with Christ, but you're not a Jesus warrior.
No.
There's still some, like, I could just tell, fam. Like, and so he ended up dropping out. But once you get to a certain point, they do everything they can to keep you, even intimidation. Right? They also like go after writers, and the dude that broke away from this and wrote the book that turned into the documentary, he lived amongst them for a while, for a long time, and he's seeing that they slowly brainwash you into thinking, hey, in the Bible when it says Jesus died for our sins, he didn't die for all of our sins, right? Like he not talking about them, he talking about us. So what happens is when you watch this, you start understanding the Republicans way more. You start understanding how a person that is considered a member of high society, he's a lawyer, physician turned politician, now, now U.S. Senator or House of Representative, Congressman. Yeah, I see that shit. That's like a little baby gecko or something, my nigga. That's because y'all over here breaking ground on new shit. You gonna kill him, but he was here first. You ain't getting him. He's seeing you coming. Run, dog. Yeah, you right. Hey, man, I'm just for life, man. I'm pro-life, nigga. No, I'm playing. So, anyways, I'm
throwing him in your car.
So, anyways, I'm gonna make him keep him. He gonna be our show pet, nigga. Bring him every episode. It's the homie. We ain't throwing him away. I'm just like, but they come when he breaks away. The reason why he broke away is because he got wind, because he was brilliant, man, and he used to ask questions and they liked him. And so he was showing leadership skills. So they was like moving him to the cream of the crop. But he started realizing that they slowly stopped teaching them Bible lessons and start taking away other characters of the Bible. And then when they got to a certain level, they was like, this is the book you live by. And it's a black book this thin that just says Jesus. They took all the indoctrination of Jesus, all the stories and teachings of Christ, and flipped them so that basically, from what I'm seeing, because other than the black dude that dropped out way early, it ain't no black people here, ain't no like women, or there's no minorities and shit. It's usually just white people. And they kind of like become like this cult following where, and like they always are together. They live together. It's college males that's not in a fraternity living with each other, nowhere near the campus and nowhere near women. All they do is do Bible study. All they do is talk about Jesus and what Jesus would do. And, then they like do these new things where it's like, if Jesus was here now, he'd be a badass UFC fighter. Oh, Jesus would be the best basketball player. Oh, Jesus would be stronger than any man. Like, if Jesus was here, all the ladies would like him. Like, they do this, and then like these people become indoctrinated in this. One of them being none other than the famous senator out of Reno, Nevada, John Ensign, who blew this man. Let me not get too far ahead of myself. So these Jesus warriors, once they graduate and fully become indoctrinated into this cult, this gang, the family, by this time they're on their way. They're getting jobs for certain senators. They're moving up. They're being pulled up the ladder. They start having social events now, where they pick the girls that are going to be there, and they assign each young lady to each young man. But these young ladies have came from a similar indoctrination camp on the woman's side, and they're taught to be the perfect wife. They're taught to be subsidiaries. They're talked out of their professional endeavors. Like, oh, you want to be a lawyer? Well, how about being married to a lawyer? How about being married to a lawyer that's going to be the president one day? Like, that's how they do it. So they've almost gotten, John Ensign was their dude. He was about to become the president. They own a big-ass mansion right down the way from the White House, nigga, on the good side.
On the good side.
Because if you know D.C., on the good side, they own this big-ass mansion where all the members of the family, if they're in Congress, they live there. They had the little yacht, the little Yondays come through. You know what I'm saying? They do all of what they do. They partying. But when you get there, it's like, wait, what about Jesus? They use Jesus to indoctrinate you, almost trick you into thinking that Jesus died for some of us. Like, he only like did that. He only like served some of us. Only some people that are chosen get to pray upon Jesus and actually get what they want, right? So their myth is that everything that they've grasped in this society, they just simply ask Jesus for it, and because they're chosen, they got it. These motherfuckers then started and ended wars, right? After John Ensign, When John Ensign was basically the white Obama, they were pushing him like he was the white Obama, like he's gonna be the guy to dethrone Obama and be the president. He was out of Reno. He started having an affair with one of his his family member's wife, right? And he wouldn't stop. The man found out about it. He didn't confront him. John Ensign is his childhood best friend. He went to the council of the family, the guy that created the family. This gets weird now. Because the family, you start realizing, is very powerful, and every elected official meets with them once a year at the prayer breakfast. You can't be the president of the United States if you don't host a prayer breakfast, if you're not at the prayer breakfast. Even Donald Trump had to bring his ass to the prayer breakfast. Powerful elite, the elite of Hollywood, the elite of our social justice system, the elite, the elite, the elite. They're all there, all at the behest of one man. His whole thing is because you're in the family and Jesus chose you, you can't really do no wrong because Jesus died for our sins. So if you rape children and if there's a scandal and you're going to lose your job, come to the family. We're going to pray for you that you don't do that no more. You're going to repent to the family that you did these evil things. And then we're going to use all the political levers that we have, which is all of it, to make sure that these things go away. But they're weird in the fact that John Ensign, they made John Ensign break it because they told him, all right, this is done. You're not to sleep with this man's wife anymore. Right? Dude comes back from a trip in D.C. because he's like an alderman type motherfucker. And he pulls up to, in Vegas and he calls his wife. But he, niggas know their wife. He's like, man, I think, she's with him again. This is where they be going. So he knows the casinos and hotels that give John Ensign free suites when he want to knock something down. So he drove to all of them. And from there, long and behold, he found John Ensign's car parked next to his wife's car. So he goes to the room because he knows where the room is. He used to be John Ensign's shadow and right-hand man. And he, John, I know my wife's in there. Whoop. Now, this time he ready to fuck John up. I'm going to beat your ass, nigga. So he calls the family. He don't call nobody else. He calls the family. It's like he's with her again. They find out that he's with her again. He's basically got the Republican nomination locked up to run against Barack Obama to be the president. He's a viable candidate. They tell him in his punishment, you're going to you're going to pull out. You're going to pull out. You're going to let the world know that you made a mistake and that you're working on this with Jesus. And basically, if we need you again, we'll pull you up. We'll put you in the limelight. After that commotion, Rachel Maddow and everybody, they start finding out about this C Street house in D.C. with all this shit going on in it. And some of the most powerful men and women, all these big time senators, that live there. And that's kind of odd. Y'all living like frat boys, as senior citizens in D.C. You know what I mean? Like, what's going on? And so a lot of stuff we started to hear about the things that they had control of, like that they sponsored and put on the prayer breakfast every year and all these different things. So they kind of uprooted their operation and moved to went on to South America. And they're doing the same thing. Now they're so powerful in South America, bro, that they're writing laws for Congress out there and shit like that. Writing out gay rights and things like that. Like certain countries overseas where like gay marriage was perfectly fine for years, they've come in and like, oh, Jesus doesn't like that. And they go after the elite and then they convince them that you're not the best basketball player because you're good and you work hard. It's because Jesus chose you. You're not the best singer because you could sing better. Jesus chose you. You know what I mean? But then while they're telling you that, they're literally getting you nominated for Grammys.
Dog, that's Illuminati.
That's why I get mad when niggas tell me that Hope is in the Illuminati.
Skull and Bone Society.
Right.
That's a cult. That's every
all that shit in one.
Wrapped into one thing, bro. Like,
Fam.
that's all the shit that we've heard about. That's blood sacrifice.
Right.
That's all the shit. That's men and women being put together because they're gonna breed smart and strong babies. They're gonna breed the next president. They're gonna fucking. Their genetics have been put together and scientifically matched up that they're gonna fucking. Like, I'm cool, bro. That's just weird.
Fam, look. So when I'm watching it, I'm trying to see where Obama get in. I'm like, so you telling me they picked Michelle for him? Like, how this work? And that's when I'm like, oh, they fouled. Nigga, Barack ain't even in this.
No,
Like not one footage of Barack in the whole documentary. It was just on the like thumbnail.
I
of the
think
shit.
they probably wanted to do it to get black people to watch it. Whoever did it probably want black people to watch this shit.
This
like,
dude,
I'm
fam.
sorry I tricked y'all, but you need to watch.
You need to see this shit. Hey, fam, the dude that did it, man. Look, they talk about him like a Benedict Arnold, like, you know what I'm saying, like, oh, that, you know, he betrayed a trust and he's lying, but I'm like, fam,
that's usually what they say when a whistleblower comes along,
fam.
Nigga.
And it's a lot of shit that I'm not
That's
going into
usually what it
detail
is.
about because I ain't really, you know, I watched it over a couple of days, but like, I just noticed, like, man, there's a lot of they're these when they tell you that like Illuminati and they'll name a like a celebrity that got a weird hairdo. They'll name a celebrity that's doing something that you wouldn't do. Mm-hmm. He in that dress because, you know, he in Illuminati made him do it. Fam, the Illuminati
is people. They're not going to make anybody in your face.
Look, the
about
Illuminati
any
don't
of
give a
that
fuck about
shit.
podcasters, rappers, singers, and athletes.
None of that shit.
They control the people that control us.
They control the politicians, the presidents.
They control the people that control
Pfizer
us.
and all Fortune 500 companies.
Make them all take the shot.
Right.
That shit.
They don't got nothing to do with us. We don't get. We blow up and we talk the shit and we blow the whistle and any of this. They're not coming after us. We're not in that bracket.
It's not important enough, fam.
Now, if we hit some B's, if we ever become B heirs,
that's when they pay attention to you.
they're gonna start paying attention to.
When you get to the B's, that's when they be like,
But
who is this?
Two black men making B's, we're gonna get looked at a little bit more.
No, I'm saying once you get to the B's,
And like, who the
hey, because
fuck?
if you look, my boy was telling me this, and he had a good point. He said, fam, it's crazy because once the artists and shit start to cut out the middleman, like when streaming kicked in and niggas start doing their own shit and going independent,
start getting the microscope put on.
look how quick, dog. When Rihanna said, you know what, I'm cool, L'Oreal. I'm worth like $600 million. I could make my own shit.
I don't need you at all.
Oh, you think that like little black girls and Hispanic girls all around the world would buy your makeup if I endorse
it? For
it?
me, right.
Well, what do you think they'll do if I own it and I actually make it for them and I get models to model the shit that look like them? What you think they're going to do then? Exactly. That's why she's a billionaire now. It wasn't set up for the pop star to become the billionaire. Britney Spears is a perfect example of what it was set up to do. Britney Spears and all her excellence, all her accomplishments, Britney Spears has a net worth of $40 million. Now, as I sit next to my man on a podcast that we created from scratch in the pandemic, that's a lot of motherfucking money.
I wish
Right?
we both had a net worth of 40 M's right now.
I wish we dropped the bag and had 40, right? But, fam.
I wish that Flea Lee would have turned into a 40
Hey.
bag for us out of nothing. Nigga.
Right? But when you think about this, you're like, okay, well, she got 40. Okay. How is Rihanna worth $600 million? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that Rihanna is not more talented. I believe she's more talented.
Rihanna, her machine behind her was different. Her machine wasn't her fucking father and people trying to.
That's just it, though, dog. I watched the documentary. Britney's dad kind of gets a bad rap in here.
No, like, I don't mean as far as like he was holding her money. I feel like as far as like all that family drama and all
they got
shit
them
going
white
on,
people out of the trailer park.
No. What I mean is all the drama surrounding the Spears name.
No, I feel you.
I think it was cutting off her money.
That's where I'm like, man, okay, I hear you.
But I don't think it was the dad's fault.
But when she was doing all the crazy shit, she was still winning Grammys.
Right.
She was still performing at all the looks.
That's
she
true.
still was going triple and 5 times platinum.
I'm not saying.
So what I'm saying is, so what I'm saying, so what I'm saying is like,
I think it's the dad's fault.
The game changed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think take Britney's personals.
Oh, I feel
all
that.
You
get
like what I'm trying to say?
It's like basketball. It's like the NBA.
The game
got a
has
lot
changed.
less money than LeBron and all the top tier players are getting now. You're absolutely
you got
right.
Pop stars that's like, I don't want to do that.
The endorsements are different.
I'm not signing that deal.
Right.
And I
got
they
have choices.
They
get to have the choice.
Rihanna hasn't came out with an album in nearly 4 years, and it's been highly anticipated. Her last album was a smash, and we can't get no music. Why? Because she just made like $600 million in 3 years with Fenty.
Right.
What you learn is that the capitalistic structure versus the creator. The creator is not meant to outdo the structure. So that's why it's an anomaly to get, it's like this new thing. Everybody want their masters. And you see how now easy it is to get it back, to get your masters compared to what it used to be. Hey, they had Gladys Knight and Patti LaBelle's masters for nearly 40 years. And on the law, the written law, you can't have it more than 25 years. So even if I sold you my masters for pennies on the dollar and you just took them from me, in 25 years, those masters go back to me right? But the play on ignorance. Hey, Stevie Wonder didn't know that. And who was going to tell him?
Right.
Because the people that know are the people that's robbing him.
Right.
And created this system to rob him. Hey, let's just be honest. White people didn't accept black people's music and didn't want their kids to hear it. How are all the white execs, how are all the music executives for black music white? Like, see, it's just simple questions that we got to start asking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's cause and effect to these things. So, yes, because of hip-hop music, because of the Babies, because of Jay-Z and Dame Dash and
Kanye.
and no, hold on. And that's not my point. And Kanye's on that tree afterwards. Mm-hmm. He's in the Rihanna's class. Mm-hmm. The Jay Prince's, the Suge Knights. The Suge Knights. I'm talking about the niggas that made labels that competed with the master labels to where the master labels had to come and do business with them.
Or Diddy, and you gotta say Diddy.
Diddy.
Yep.
He's on there too.
I
meant Diddy. I didn't mean to leave him out. So that core individuals, just pause on everything every other hip hop icon and great did for the culture.
Mm-hmm.
When you get in this 90s class, this mid 90s class of hip hop executives,
right,
the ball game changed.
It did.
So not only now did rappers start changing because they bosses, because now other rappers are your boss. Yeah. And if they're not rappers, they're niggas from the culture. Mm-hmm. They the nigga that would normally be your hype man or your manager.
Right.
So they get the culture. So now Irv Gotti and them are preaching. Dame Dash and them are preaching to these artists that they're signing. Hey, I heard several niggas from Rockefeller say, they told us that they wasn't going to be together for long. They told us that this shit was coming to an end because there was 3 hustlers that was like, yo, this nigga hella nice. They hating on him because he hustle. We can come together. We can get this money real quick, wash all our money, and be
step
gone.
the fuck away,
and
right?
do what we do. You see, all 3 of them have went away from Rockefeller and made $1 million businesses away from each other.
Right.
They talented. They know, and now they know the game.
Right.
And now they have resources behind them. So he was schooling Beanie Siegel and Memphis Bleak in them, like, and Kanye on, hey, get your business right. Hey, go back to Chicago and sign everybody.
Right.
Hey, that light-skinned nigga that's singing on all your records, nigga, that's nice.
Nigga, right.
Sign him.
Right.
Get a good music print.
Yeah.
Because, nigga, Rockefeller ain't going to be here forever. And what happened when the breakup happened, it shocked the world, but they all kind of went into their pockets.
Yeah, they knew what was going on.
Everybody, it wasn't too shocked for them.
Right.
Everybody went into their pockets.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And because of that mentality has trickled down into the average rapper. So the average rapper now, because of the social medias and the mentalities of the generation that he came under, they're not thinking deal. They thinking deal is in partnership.
And keeping my masters.
But what do you mean? Nigga, that ain't even in the question with these young niggas. Like, what you know? Why would you get my masters? Right. Or if you get my masters, how long are you gonna have them?
Right. Yeah, they know the game now.
Now they'll negotiate.
They know the game now. They'll talk
back
about
after 3
it.
albums.
Right. Yep.
Right. They'll negotiate that shit now, and it's all about spreading knowledge, sharing knowledge. Right. So it trickles down to the whole culture. Mm-hmm. Everybody's about their money. Everybody's thinking business first. Even if you're an artist. Now, if you're a kid that write rhymes, you're also thinking of a marketing scheme. You're also branding yourself. What's my logo going to be?
Right.
You can't just be the nigga that write rhymes. That's nice now.
What am I doing after this song is recorded? Where is it getting marketed to? What radio
And that's great for the culture and the artists because hip-hop artists were ripe for the picking in terms of being taken advantage of because most of them didn't know they were artists.
And most of them got taken advantage of.
You go back to when we was growing up and all the legends, they didn't know. Nigga, there's no way. Like, they didn't know. Like, so, okay. You come first off, take the first and second class of hip hop. When you get to Daylight and Tripod and all them motherfuckers, they all signed under 18. That contract don't even mean nothing.
Right, they're not even.
They got shitty deals that robbed them for $30 million, and that's
and
predatory.
They weren't even old enough to even sign that.
They weren't
shit.
even old enough to sign this shit. What do you mean I got to give you all my masters and 80% of all the revenues, nigga, and I wasn't even, you robbed me when I wasn't even old enough to be robbed. But nobody takes that into consideration. These judges and courts don't take that into consideration, right?
No.
Because they don't care. Because the culture of America was like, you little motherfucking black son of a bitches was never.
You're supposed to get it like this.
You were never supposed to make this much money, but you weren't supposed to be this important. You weren't supposed to be able to shape a presidential candidate.
Right, yeah.
Barack won because he was hip hop. Mm-hmm. Like, you ain't supposed to be able to shape.
What other?
Like,
that's crazy. Because what other presidential candidate was releasing a Spotify playlist every week?
Which other presidential candidate even knows about a Spotify playlist?
Right,
Nigga?
you know what I'm saying?
Like,
Obama had a
you know what I'm
playlist
saying?
that we could
like,
listen to,
that, and
when
we
he
was rocking
listening,
with it. Like,
right,
oh,
when he
Obama
was
got some
listening,
slaps.
Right,
That nigga listening to
Obama
this.
listening to some shit.
Yeah, and okay, and it's just the little shit that he was doing. It's hip hop. Hey, yo, I know the dudes over there at ES Sports. I went to school with one of them. I wonder if I can get a Obama 08 banner in the end zone, nigga, on Madden.
Yeah.
See, Obama, I worked on his campaign. He was doing shit like that, where he don't got the money, and they not pushing him on CNN and MSNBC and FS and
He'll
Fox
go
News
to where
and
his
shit.
constituents go.
But what happened is, where the people that fuck with me at? Hey, man, when I worked for Obama, we had meet and greets and social events at strip clubs, fam. We were registering motherfuckers to vote before they got on the poll. You know what I'm saying? Before they got on the poll, like, do the registration real quick. What you mean? And that's just it's just the guise of culture stepping outside of the box. And that's one thing that hip hop has taught America, is to step outside of the box. You know, it's unformulaic in that way. And it's ever inclusive in that way. You know what I mean? Going off the guys of that conversation, because it was hip hop, fam, I was on Clubhouse, man, and I listened to a discussion in the what room was it? It was the Sleepless in Los Angeles room. And at first, it wasn't my stilo. I couldn't really get into that room because I'm not from a traditional West Coast family. I'm not I'm a native of New York, but I grew up in Nevada, fam. I'm not from California. I'm not from Los Angeles, nor am I really infatuated with it, with a lot of the people that I grew up with around here. Mm-hmm. So I can like look at LA rap as LA rap. Like, I look at it, that nigga's nice, I don't fuck with him. That dude, hey, it's a lot of niggas that niggas be like, oh, that nigga clean, and I'll be like, well, I don't really get it. He's cool. Right. There's nothing wrong with this, but I'm saying that to like preference my mentality while listening to a room dubbed Sleepless in Los Angeles, that typically when I go in there, they're banging West Coast politics and gang politics at that. I don't subscribe to those, so it's hard to listen to. Mm-hmm. Stumble across one today though, and what Wack did is he had Bloods and Crips from all over the country in here, and it started on some other shit. Like, I think they was really trying to like fire up Jim Jones with all the controversy he got with his paperwork. But like, his nephew spoke, fam, and his nephew spoke volumes. Like, cause he started to say like, yo, man, y'all know my name, y'all know who I am, and everybody seemed to like know who he was. He was like that dude. He put in work, and so he was like, y'all know my body, you know, kind of work I put in. He said, but man, I was in jail. I finally, I went to the prison, and like, he had never been locked up before, but he's a West Coast cat pillar, nigga. Mm-hmm. And he was in there like, a couple of ops, but he found out real quick that ops become brothers in prison because, nigga, if you black, you got to stick together. Yeah. With all the other races. They hate your ass. They hate your black ass. So as soon as you come into jail, nigga, the Mexican gangs is on your ass. The white gangs is on your ass. Yeah. And so they fought each other when they first got locked up together. When they first got in there, they was gang banging. They fought each other. He said 2 days later, nigga, they fighting a whole bunch of white dudes. Then they fighting a whole bunch of Mexican dudes, and then they get in the GP like, and now they in there with all the black dudes, and they seeing how segregated it is. They seeing niggas from different sides, niggas that then shot at each other, and niggas that don't fuck with each other at all. But we got to be on each other's toes, because that's the only way we all gonna survive this yard. So fast forward a couple years, man, he said, he kind of came awakening in jail and started reading shit and doing things. and he started thinking about all this destruction. And he's like, man, he told his partner from the other side, he was announcing that he has a meeting with some gang niggas that like are like hardened rivals. Like these niggas been killing each other for 30 years, but they done orchestrated a sit down where they gonna go chop some shit up about a peace treaty and joining forces on some like, you know, build the community back type shit. Because he said, man, we saved each other's lives. We ate each other's food, man. We met each other's families through letters, and nigga, we got real close in there. And his boy got out before him, so he's like, so what's gonna happen now, nigga? When you leave and I get home, we back to shooting at each other? And he said the dude just looked at him like, bro, I don't know. Like, nigga, I ain't make the rules. That foolishness, when you come from New York City circa 80s, I was born in 83, nigga. Like, my cousin would call me all the time and make sure I wasn't gang banging. Hey, when Hov commemorated Biggie in that Missing You song, that nigga said, Big, you will be ashamed to see how New York gang bang. Because I start hearing it like, what you mean? Nigga, I'm talking to my cousin, they talking this blood shit. I'm like, in New York? What happened to God Body? Mm-hmm. The GDs and the Vice Lords, the reason why they're not as big as the Bloods and Crips nationwide, are as familiar, it's because they never had Hollywood.
Yep.
They wasn't put in movies and like advertised to little black boys and black kids. So now, you know, everybody want to feel everybody want to be on the winning team. Like, these gangs are across the South and other parts of the country started to affiliate themselves with West Coast gangs. Right? For the first time, I heard some cats from Los Angeles that were actively gangbanging having a sensible conversation on how gangbanging in Los Angeles has spilled over to every community where black people live in this country. Why would I think some niggas from New York can end a blood and crip problem in their city? When you hear Whack 100 speak, you hear killers from New York, Chicago, Atlanta, D.C., Philly, Virginia, Maryland, Baltimore fall in line. Mm-hmm. Because in the gangland, he's from a place called the motherland of their gang. He has a stature, whether I respect that hierarchy or not. So when I'm hearing niggas that don't take shit from nobody, listening and prefacing their comments like, respectfully, OG, they ain't punks, so they were saying what they had to say. But Wack commanded the room and the floor, and these niggas was listening to him. Mm. And so I thought to myself, like, he was telling them, like, you think Pyru makes me? You think that I make $1 million deals in the boardroom as a Pyru? As a blood? That's what you think? He said, you niggas love Death Row. Death Row is the reason why half you niggas is Bloods. It's the reason why Tupac was a Blood affiliate, all that. The enamor of gang culture. He said something that all of them, I never realized my whole life. Nigga said Death Row Record was a Blood label founded by Bloods. I knew that. That only signed Crip niggas. There's not one Blood ever been signed to Death Row Records.
Damn, that's real.
How crazy is that?
That's corrupt.
So meanwhile, let me get to this though.
Snoop, yeah.
This is what I took from this. This is the powerful part, bro. I hear my niggas from LA be mad at New York niggas. They be mad at Philly niggas. They be mad at Texas niggas. Like, oh, you banging wrong. I heard Wax say it. He was like, man, I got to the point where because he lives in New York. He has a house in New York. He's like, man, when I was in New York, he said, once I got to New York, I realized, like, oh, this shit is a whole nother thing. Like, I can't tell these niggas how to gang bang. These killers, too. I can't tell these niggas that you're doing it wrong. Oh, you got to do this. You got to say this. You got to do it. He said, nigga, that's the thing. What black men have to understand is you created something powerful, but you don't control it.
You don't control it at all.
That's where it goes back to, like, few shows back where I used to be like, man, I wish I could manage the Blood and Crips. It's a $1 billion empire, mm-hmm. Right? And it don't even have to be illegitimate anymore. Nope. Like, just off copyright infringement, you niggas should be worth hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. North Face every winter does a Crip jacket, a Blood jacket, yep. And a motherfucking Cholo jacket. Every year. Who in the fuck is Handkerchief? Mm-hmm. Like, if you could show these young black boys how much money they put in handkerchiefs pocket, buying those, why haven't y'all created y'all own flag yet? Y'all own bandana? Why niggas ain't paying dues so that y'all got legal fees, nigga, and you know what I'm saying, and marketing and all that type of shit? Hey, man, for every rapper that has a $500,000 budget for their music video that comes to the hood because they grew up over there and be like, hey, nigga, I'm from this side of where the Crips be. Y'all come over, nigga, and y'all come do the video like they did for Tekashi. That ain't no different than a casting company calling us up like, yo, can y'all want to be some extras and play podcasts in this movie?
Right.
It's the same shit.
That'd be dope.
Think about it though.
That'd be dope. Play podcasts in the movie.
But think about it though. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's about restructuring the mindset. And for the first time, I don't know Blood. I'm not a gang member. So I don't know if Wack is a leader of the Bloods, but nigga, he's been marketed and held as one of the leaders.
And don't nobody correct him.
And I ain't never seen, to my knowledge, he be still moving around LA, New York. He in the middle of gangland, nigga. So nobody's gotten at him and be like, nigga, you don't speak for the, you know what I mean? So
there's got to be some
something true about it.
Right.
So when he says that, like, yeah, man, I get, like, dog, he made gangbanging way more sophisticated than I ever wanted to give it credit for. Because what he said was like, look, man, I'm about this shit. I'm from this shit. Like, you think because we're in the same gang, you can go do a murder with me today? I don't know you, nigga.
Right. I don't know if you're going to
So he said, like, he was telling these dudes, and these are non-LA niggas. These are a lot of niggas from all over the country that run their cities, doing their shit. He was explaining to them, hey, bro,
I don't know you.
No, fuck this Blood shit. Like, I'm a Blood, yes, nigga. That's just a part of what I do and who I am. Nigga, I'm a trucker that's been driving trucks for 20 years too. And nigga, with this management money, my whatever money, and this trucking money, I now own a trucking company.
Is that what Wack did?
Yes, nigga.
And I know Wack stories like that.
And so, like, but Wax also was a hardened criminal too. Don't get it fucked up. He was a Blood putting in work.
No. I didn't know how he got his manager bag and shit.
Well, he got his manager bag fucking with Suge, the big homie, big homie Suge or whatever, or he the big homie, whatever. And then this is where Wack is a genius because nigga, everybody should learn from Wack in this regard. Nigga, he learned. Excuse me, he learned. He watched Suge.
Yeah,
He seen what Suge did wrong.
It never did.
And seen what Suge did right. But what he learned as a hardened Blood is that nigga Snoop is a Crip.
Yeah,
Daz and the East Side, all them niggas is Crips. And these niggas made hundreds of millions of dollars for this label. Why would I then turn around and tell Blue? And he said, I stopped fucking with niggas. Niggas I had to like, nigga from his own set because they couldn't understand. Niggas Blood, we got all kind of Blood homies rapping. Nigga, you ain't fuck with them. Nigga, why you gonna fuck with this little nigga's Crip nigga?
They're not marketable like
that nigga said because this Crip nigga outwork all you niggas. He said, man, because this nigga was going to schools, nigga, selling mixtapes, nigga, pulling up at schools, nigga, blasting his record, jumping on the hood, nigga, doing free concerts. I can do something with a nigga that work like that. Yeah. Right? And he took that and ran with it. He took that mode and ran with it. You know what I'm saying? He learned the game of business. He made relationships. And so now, hey man, these white executives don't want to deal with these rowdy ass rappers from the hood that got traumatic issues, nigga, and is quick triggered. They scared of them.
Oh yeah, hold on. We gotta get this nigga.
Wait, what? Oh, you back? Run, dog. It's over for him. And that's the thing. That's the problem with our country, man. We kill things. We're murderous people, man. But anyways, dog. Nah, no, I'm fucking with
the cricket, nigga. Fuck you.
That's a big ass cricket, nigga. I thought that was like a lizard.
That's a cricket, nigga.
Y'all got them big boys out here, nigga.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Just
but
around my shit like he pay rent.
All in all, if you can find it, it'll be on Clubhouse. Check it out. They uploaded it to YouTube. App, right? They uploaded it to YouTube as well. And it's the thing, dog. Like it was an interesting conversation because being on the outside looking in, we criticize. Like I was waiting for them to get it. I'm like, man, they done made hip hop culture to where you can be a famous gang member and make legitimate millions of dollars through blogging, and nigga just being creative, nigga, like making brand, like all that type of shit. So it's an interesting time because when you hear a group of lost Southern California gang members chatting with the rest of the world and taking ownership, nigga, on certain things. Because them niggas was telling like, y'all niggas be mad at niggas in Atlanta for cripping, but nigga, this shit didn't come with no rule book, homie, and woo, 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 woo. So there's certain blood sets in New York that tag with certain numbers that are if you put those numbers next to a blood nigga's name in L.A., nigga, they'll shoot you.
Right.
So, like, it's about the internet bringing this world together to where these niggas can now sit and have an intelligent conversation of some sort to work out their differences and realize, like, damn, what's going to happen in America when all the Bloods are united and all the Crips are united and they're not warring with each other? They're just doing hip-hop like they should have been the whole time. Mm-hmm. They're just doing music.
Or community service.
They're just signing artists. They're just creating community outreach, football leagues and shit like that. Because there's money in all these things.
They're policing their own community at this point again.
Why would we be? How much money has Pop Warner made? How much money has
ASYFL?
How much? Come on, you telling me that the Bloods and Crips can't put together, nigga, a fucking youth football league in Compton
for basketball? The travel league,
AAU. AAU. You know, NYBL.
That ain't right.
You know what I'm
by
saying?
Black people.
These motherfuckers are making millions of dollars off our kids, and for
a
what?
Jersey and some sneakers.
And for what? Oh, nigga, to have access to a public gym that you could have access to too, nigga, if you called the board and was like, y'all want to schedule the gym and pay the $50. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's about thinking outside of the box and becoming more informed. And like just me, this is me being in my old head bag. It was kind of like, damn fam, like the awakening has happened. Like, cause if West Coast lost Southern California gangster rappers, nigga, start spewing life into their lyrics, nigga, and start, nigga, like falling back on the ignorance of gang banging, and you can be an organization. Mm-hmm. If they start becoming more of an organization than a street gang, hey, bro, they can literally turn the tides of black economics, and I don't think people realize that. Gangsters ain't broke, nigga.
Nope.
Nigga, college educated people are broke.
Right.
Gangsters forfeit a lot of money to the government because they gangsters. But these motherfuckers don't be broke. And these ain't the so-called business elite and intelligence people of us. You know what I'm saying? I think that's something that, like, cats could really tap back into in the culture in terms of, like, reeling in the gangbanger mindset and ridding it of the, like, overall part, you know, like, psyche of the culture. Because now, bro, like Drake and them has changed that a lot. You always had the underground that held it down, stayed to the art form. But remember in the early night, like, nigga, you had to be a Kanye changed that, really. You had to be a gangster to be the number one rapper. You had to be a gangster, nigga. And Kanye came in anti-gangster.
You either had to be a gangster or you had to rap about selling drugs, shit like that.
Well, when I say gangster, I just put it all in one book. Like, not you don't have to be a gangbanger, but
I just feel like
a nigga that's selling keys is gangster too. So
the thing about gang culture, the machine has to change. Everything in the life about black people and our whole culture, the machine has to change. We got to stop letting the white machine, and I hate to say it like this, any non-black machine
dictate and
run anything in our culture. Yeah. There should be no other racist machine unless they're partnering with our culture. They shouldn't have any 60-40 splits, any 70. It shouldn't be anything less than a 50-50 split with us if it's not 100% ours, period. We should never get a shorter end of the stick when it comes to.
And you don't get to own it.
How do we get this? How do we get no ownership in the shorter end of the stick when it comes to rock and roll, R&B, blues, rap, everything? How do we not own
America
all this? I get it, but how?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, nigga, don't just think of the art that we lost.
Right.
Hey, we built America for free too.
No, I'm just saying, just as far as the art, because that's what we're talking about.
Right.
Look at the art forms. Think about if he always says this, we're most inclusive. Think about if we weren't. Think about if we were so selective in every genre of music. Exclusive in every genre of music that we have created, which is everyone but like polka and shit.
So think about this.
You know what I'm saying?
Now think about what you're saying. Like, let's tackle this. And I'm just gonna like name, because everybody that hears my voice knows I'm not lying.
Right.
What if the African American community was like the Asian American community.
Right.
What if the African American community was like the Mexican
Yep.
American community?
Yep.
Dog, I be seeing it's a lot of Mexican rappers that only rap in Spanish that do cholo rap.
And they're making millions.
It's not about the money. It's about the vehicle.
Right, yeah. You're right.
It's about the vehicle. And I
The
go back
machine
to
behind
this.
it.
I go
Yep.
back to when I look at other minority groups, I wonder why they don't hire black people.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know for a fact that I've seen Oriental, I've seen Hispanic, I've seen white people get jobs at black-owned businesses.
Right.
Several times over.
Right. And I've seen hella carnecita markets, all Mexicans, all that same
This
shit.
is my theory on this, bro. Nigga, I ain't never seen
The Asian
in any
market.
Mexican business I've ever been in. They got several grocery stores out here in Vegas. I go to them sometimes. I ain't never seen a kid bagging groceries that look like me. Right? So when I get in our bag and we start talking this like black music culture shit, and people, it's always a other motherfucker that want to point out, oh, you know, hip hop's for everybody, bro.
It's
Everything
for
black
everybody.
Americans have produced in this country has been for everybody.
And that's the problem. It shouldn't have ever been.
Right? This has always been my knock on black American gang culture. Don't just terrorize my mama. Don't just terrorize me and Dre. Don't just terrorize my kids. Don't just terrorize my community. Hey, man, spread that shit out a little bit.
Go to Summerlin with that shit.
Spread that shit out. Like, nigga, I'm being facetious when I'm saying this, but black gangs in America probably got less than 100 white bodies.
And all of them were probably by accident.
Or just shooting out of a situation.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of them is going to be cops.
That's real, yeah.
I'm just saying, fam, black gangs go out of their way to make sure they don't harm white people in the suburbs and shit like that. They only, like, hang and torment around middle-class, well-to-do black people. Mm-hmm. They take advantage of our loyalty and our familiarity with them and our no-snitch culture. And so they'll sit outside your grandma's house and sell keys, nigga. Shoot up the block, do donuts, leave cigarette, weed butts, nigga, all that shit, nigga. They just disrespect the whole shit. But then, nigga, hey, they ain't going over to the suburbs doing that. They're not out in the world necessarily behaving like that.
And then let somebody in the hood snitch. Now you're a snitch and you get run off the block. Because you want your family to survive and not get their fucking house.
Because you're tired of these niggas shooting up the neighborhood. Right. It's just something that, like, when you hear those conversations brewing in Los Angeles, and shout out to LA, man, this is not a diss. And this is not a diss to any nigga in LA that has these conversations. I'm from the outside looking in, and when you see that, because one thing about New York, and you can speak on Detroit, man, because they're conscientious places.
Right, very much so.
And every part of the art form that comes out of there, you're going to get your bullshit everywhere. You're going to get your non-conscientious rap. You're going to get your, like, vulgar music everywhere in art. But part of being an MC from New York used to be, before gang culture really took over rap, you got to say something, fam. Mm-hmm. What are you talking about? How do we relate to you? Are you speaking for us?
Because, hey,
now make
what's
us
crazy,
dance.
What's
now
crazy
make us dance.
Is all
you know
these LA cats and all these Bloods and these Crips, you guys are all Tupac aficionados, huge fans. It's big Tupac over Biggie. You guys say Tupac was your inspiration. I'd probably say Tupac's your inspiration to rap. None of you rap like Tupac.
Oh, so you go on music. That's not fair. Because Tupac is a New Yorker, a native New Yorker.
That's real.
that grew up majority of his life in New York, spoke with a New York accent.
No, but I'm just saying.
Go watch the Hit 'Em Up video. That's an East Coast
song.
song.
I'm saying, if you praise this man so much,
I don't think they do.
But
Let's
you
talk
don't
about
rap
that.
nothing like him.
Let's talk about that. It was a time.
Maybe not now.
It was a time when the West Coast used to wave that flag after Pac got killed.
Right.
But dog, the West Coast don't really fuck with Pac like that. I know Pac got fans everywhere.
Of course.
But when you think of Los Angeles right now,
no, you're right. I'll
give you that. That's the home of Nip.
Yeah, they ain't the home of Pac. Yeah, that's the
Bro.
home of Nipsey Hussle.
And that's why if you look at the effect that Nip's death had on LA,
was way bigger
LA
than
hadn't
LA.
lost one of those yet.
Yeah.
For all the black bodies that they didn't lost in the gang lore,
Mm-hmm.
LA hadn't lost their Biggie.
Nope.
They hadn't lost the Tupac. from them. Like nigga, where niggas could be like, I went to elementary school with him before he ever thought about rapping. That's my guy. Biggie, New York had felt that with Biggie.
Remember watching him record his first song, type shit.
New York felt that with Biggie. Houston felt that
with Pimp C
and Screw
and DJ Screw.
They felt that. Who else, bro? Like, there's certain places that have felt that. LA ain't really felt that.
When Mo 3 died,
nigga, Dallas, Texas.
felt that.
They felt that. They going through they going through that now.
Yeah.
But there's never been an artist that embodies Los Angeles the way Nipsey did, that reached those, not only, and it's gonna sound crazy, bear with me, all my LA niggas. There's been artists that LA has loved that have been killed, but they hadn't reached New York. Like, no kid in New York knew their music necessarily.
Or let's say this.
But Nipsey Hussle had really reached the pinnacle to where, like, he was a main figure. Everybody knew him, right? From he can go anywhere. That's Nipsey Hussle from Los Angeles, rolling 60 Crip. Like, we had never had nobody that solidified all that got killed.
Touch motherfuckers, touch people the way Kobe's death touched people.
What if Shaq?
And that's huge.
I see, and I could see. To me, I wouldn't compare those, and the reason why is because there's a lot of people. L.A. When they say, "Oh, L.A.'s mourning Kobe's death," they're talking about Laker fans.
Mm-hmm.
They're talking about Laker fans. I'm talking about nigga. Nipsey's from Los Angeles.
Right.
He speak L.A. talk.
Right. Yeah.
He walk like a L.A. nigga. He dressed like a L.A. nigga. He embodies L.A. He, to me, and I said this before he died. To me, I used to look at that name and be like, that's the West Coast Hove.
For real.
That's the L.A. Jay-Z right there. He just embodied L.A. like that. All facets of it. Now, to me, this would have been like if Pac didn't get killed, but Snoop did in the 90s. You feel me? I never got it when they was like, oh, the West Coast and the East Coast both lost their best rap. No, they didn't, nigga. New York took 2 L's. Yeah. We lost Pac and Big. Like, it'd have been more spread out if Pac, I'm not wishing death on nobody, but if Snoop would have got killed and Pac survived and Biggie got killed, then it would have been like, damn, LA. That's why it didn't change shit the way you thought it would have. The coast stopped beefing, but nigga, we African Americans. Niggas from California got family in New York, and niggas from New York got family in California. Niggas in California are from New York, and niggas in New York are from California. So that was never gonna last, and it wasn't real in the first place. We know that. Like, niggas, Pac was running around with some East Coast niggas before he got killed. He was running around with Boot Camp Clique. All them niggas was starting. Yeah. Nigga, he was about to start that little group, nigga, with him, Ice Cube, Redman, and who?
Wasn't it Jay-Z?
Nah, it was one of them niggas from the Boot Camp Clique.
Oh, Buckshot.
And Buckshot. You know what I'm saying? So Pac, that East Coast West Coast shit were college.
Gonna die eventually.
That was college students that work at Vibe. And that's why to me it's all cultural. Like, bro, I'm not saying that black people should exclude other people from their culture, but we need to protect our culture more.
We should have,
because when you can have,
we got to be a little more.
When you exactly, because when you
be completely
right, because when you have these like, dog, I'm not gonna lie, Ebro, I could rock with Ebro. Ebro's from the culture,
right?
But that other guy,
no, Rosenberg,
dog, my stomach cringe every time he speaks hip hop. Now look, you'll get the old dude, nigga, that are like just a little older, and they did the Googles, and maybe they even did start. They was listening to hip hop back then, and they think that because they can name some Run DMC songs or some, you know what I mean, some like old school classic raps, and like, bro, you're a guest in this culture, but you're in a commentary seat.
Right.
That's the equivalent of having a guest speaker call the games. Like, the Lakers got their home announcement team, right? They're not gonna have another nigga do it.
I'm sorry to cut you off. That little nigga disappeared.
Oh, I seen it because he wasn't dead. I seen him nigga wiggle off.
Why you ain't saying that?
Because we shooting the show, bro. My bad. I seen it. He was moving. I started to say something. I'm talking.
Thing is then
I look back up. The nigga's gone.
They make noise. Think I need him gone.
He gone. You done broke his noise making ability. Bro, how's he alive still?
I don't know. If I see this thing again.
Fam, I've never even seen a cricket that color.
The black one, yeah, it's like they have black ones. Nigga,
She got a Black Panther suit on, nigga. Like, that motherfucker hella big. I thought it was like a gecko, nigga.
If one of these niggas
Like,
kept it pushing, nigga.
Nigga, I'm out of here, bro. What he thought this was?
Wakanda forever.
But yeah, man. We kind of jumped around on that one. I'm gonna get real quick in our, and then we're gonna get into this main topic before we can, head out. But look,
Yes, sir.
I was thinking, fam. I was watching Drink Champs, having a drink, smoking an L with Nori in them, acting like I was in the room. Ja Rule episode. It's right after the verses, right after Rule let niggas know I got hits. I'm that guy. I got street bangers too. Ja Rule had a better career than 50 Cent. I don't care what nobody say. Ja won. I know niggas be like, oh, 50 killed his career. I know the truth. I know about the Fed case. I know about all that shit. Ja won. And I'm reminded, because I hadn't heard no Ja, this is how I evaluate niggas like them, because they're in a different pool. They're not in that Hove Nas class. I start thinking about the time I was kicking it with honeys, little young days in my lifetime, and what was rocking?
Ja Rule.
What was rocking?
A lot of Ja Rule.
You know how many memories I got to Ja Rule songs, kicking it with shorties?
Make them say yeah.
Dog, how many niggas gonna ride for me? Like, dog, he just had. We forget, nigga. We forget.
The Bobby Brown.
It's a reason. This is where.
The Bobby Brown.
This is where 50 is smart. 50 got a lot of Hove in him when it comes to his selectivity and the way he plays chess with shit. 50 Cent will never sit next to Ja Rule and do a versus. He ain't gonna do that shit with T.I. Because T.I. is gonna beat his head in with hits, nigga. Bro. He's gonna beat his head in with hits. And when you want to go into some street shit, both of these niggas got street shit too. Right. Like, nigga, 50 don't got just hella song. I don't even know if 50 got a song better than Murder Incorporated.
That's real.
With DMX and Hove. I don't know if 50 had. Now, 50 got Many Men and shit like that, and I get it. But fam, that one album, he don't got enough. G-Unit don't have enough songs that penetrated the culture where I can remember them, let alone be like, oh, that if they play this, it's a point. So whether 50 wants to pull from the G-Unit catalog or his own, bro, Window Shopper ain't fucking with none of those Lil Mo nigga hits and nigga bangers with Lil Mo on it and Ashanti. Not at all. Hey fam, I was outside when J-Lo got in her hip hop bag and Ja Rule was writing all her songs. I just had to think, because I was, Ja wasn't pressing it, but it was a contrast. It was hard to watch him. See this nigga still worth hella M's, still nigga up healthy, 45, still got a six-pack. Right? I'm like, bro, time tells all, and I think Ja won. I think if I had to it was a time where I thought 50 got Ja up out of here. It hurt because I fucked with Ja a little bit. I like Ja. Hey, dog, I don't know if I can honestly say that no more. I don't know if I can look at their careers and be like, because, and now if you start talking about the camps, 50 is selfish nigga, like he done ran off everybody from his camp. Yeah, right. And they all disgruntled. And none of them are paid the way they probably should have been. So that's one. Everybody from that Murder Inc. camp is up still, looking great. Ashanti looks great. It's like them niggas just pause, like, hold on, pause.
Yeah.
They look like they would when they was on top of the game. Okay. People are gonna be like, oh man, 50's talented, he's giving us these movies, all this shit. Fam, I'm just a dub. I ain't even watching none of that Kane and shit no more. I watched a little bit of this. I watched some of it.
I watched the original
I watched the Power shit.
I'm cool.
Hey, it's all the same. And I get it. What he did was brilliant. He calls it the Powerverse. Yeah. So he's doing this X-Men thing. But dog, when I sit back and I'm looking at the movies that in the film that he's creating, nigga, it's gonna sound like a hater right now. I'm gonna sound like a hater right now. Nigga, it's not hard. I'm not impressed with a street nigga that grew up in the streets writing street movies about street niggas.
That's real.
That don't take no art.
That's like me writing a hip hop.
That's like a nigga from the hood rapping about street shit.
Yeah.
Now, it's hard to be able to be a dope rapper. That's a skill set. You got to develop that. You got to be witty in class. You know what I mean? Hey, I love coke rap. Nigga, I can listen to Hove and Pusha T rap to me about selling cocaine
All
for the
day.
rest of my life.
Right.
I'll never get old. It never get old.
Right.
But they're creative at it.
Right.
You could only tell that story so many times without being creative at it. Now, my only thing is the 50 is I'm like, bro, like, okay, that's dope. Like, but now I got to compare it to Tails. And again, they just announced that Tails is about to do a Tails Presents first feature-length film. It's that Jay-Z and Kanye song. What's the king to a God? A non-believer. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, Kingdom Come.
Kingdom. Is it Kingdom Come? Whatever it is. Nigga, I don't think. Maybe
no,
it
not
is.
Kingdom Come.
No,
it's King something.
Whatever it is, that song, he's making a movie. Now, I don't know if niggas is familiar with Tails. Me and I had my mom watch some of that shit. I had my sister watch some of that. Dog, Irv Gotti might be one of the illest niggas that we don't talk about enough. I know his catalog musically. I know what he did, nigga. I know what he produced. I know those things. We mostly all do. His writing ability, his pen is crazy. The way that nigga flipped those 11 stories on that first season of Tales, you forget that you even know the song. You forget that you know what's going to happen. Nigga, I heard the song before.
Right.
Clean, dog. And I think that, like, I don't know, man. I don't know if it's because it was on BET, and BET's kind of a dub. We don't really watch BET like that. But, dog, that Tales shit is way cleaner than Power.
It gets another fucking
it is
a different what you call it.
Yeah, venue or something like that.
a
Well, he own it.
Network.
He own it, so it's straight. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, man. Like,
I don't feel like anything.
you know,
black,
it started on.
I don't
you
feel
know,
like
it started on Tidal.
Right. I feel like anything that's black related television never needs to touch BET again.
Well, BET is not a black entertainment television network no more.
It's not.
It's owned by white people, and as soon as Bob Johnson sold it, you knew that they're gonna play rap music on Sundays. Or they gonna go away from traditional black American cultural shit. There ain't no teen summits and shit like that on
Sunday
on
was
BET.
straight
You know what I'm saying?
gospel shit. We never.
Yeah,
I
it's a
didn't watch
dub,
Sundays.
nigga. Why would you even go to that?
Right.
Nigga, it's church. That's for them.
Yeah, I'm not watching.
You know what I'm saying?
BET today.
He ain't doing none of that. It's just literally MTV and VH1 now, with a black gimmick to it. You know, like I'm gonna check out the hip hop awards. I seen they just went or whatever. I'm gonna go check those out probably tonight or something, because I still like the ciphers, and you know, I think that if anybody's gonna appreciate the culture musically in terms of giving awards and shit like that, it's still gonna be BET before everybody else. But I remember when BET was that shit and was competing with the Grammys, and it seemed like we just stopped supporting it. But then it came out that Bob Johnson sold it.
There's a reason to stop supporting it.
Things start changing.
Going from.
I feel like the day that they bought that shit, they should have changed the name.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But maybe we're being sensitive.
Because fuck that. We lost the comedy we
who
used
owns
to have.
Who owns Telemundo?
That's real. But no, here's what I'm saying. We lost the culture of that TV station. The Comic View every fucking night.
Well, we lost.
Come on, bro.
We lost a platform for our culture.
Right.
That's what we lost.
106 in Park. We lost Hits from the Street. We lost the Basement,
Remember
nigga.
Hits from
Rap
the Street,
City,
nigga?
bro. Yeah.
And that's groundbreaking shit.
Yeah.
That's groundbreaking shit, dog. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's wild. That's wild, though. But, yeah, I just had to get that off my chest, man. But we're going to move along. I need you all to pay attention and write this name down. The name is Marcus Wilson. Marcus Wilson of the state of Florida. I'm not sure the city. Marcus Wilson is a young man of biracial ethnicity. He and his girlfriend happens to be a young white lady. They're leaving, I believe, the movie theater, some parking lot. And they're approached by a group of rowdy mutual teenagers that are hurling racial epithets, being aggressive, following them, throwing things at them, calling the white girl a nigger lover, calling him all kind of boys and what they're going to do to him. So they decide, hey, man, let's just shoot to the car. Let's get in the car and just go. They do that. This group of individuals jumps in the car behind them, chasing them, throwing things at the vehicle. They're going down a dark Floridian country highway road. And the young man, Marcus, I believe him when he says, when they started chasing us and they kept it up, I became frightened. I didn't know what they were trying to do. I was fearful of my life. All you have to do is be an American long enough to read any American history book. And that's the PG version of what they did to us. And you would know, if you're being honest, that any black American would be reasonably skeptical of their safety in that situation. They made it about race when they called his girlfriend a nigger lover, when they kept referring to him as boy and what they're going to do to him. Now, they're teenagers, and they're young people around the same age. This is why I always laughed at my white friends at Reed and Sparks High School that told me, don't worry, Akeem, all the racist people are old, and when they get old and die off, the world will be better. Yeah. No, you lazy, silly motherfuckers. Ain't you have to fight for equality. And if you don't think black people should be mistreated, you have to speak up on that. You need to say something. Right? So, moving along, Marcus, in fear for his life, and he also has to protect the young woman that's with him, he pulls out his legal firearm. It's the South, right? Gun country. Pulls out his biscuit, let it hammer. A warning shot. He fires one single warning shot. That warning shot struck one of the bystanders, or one of the aggressors that was in the car. Now, it's been made that she wasn't being so aggressive, and she was just with them. Hey, man,
association that happens to black people all
America
the time, bitch. You
has
be
told
held on
us
that same fucking
that
standard.
if you're in the car with your friend when he starts shooting out the window,
you're an accessory.
Y'all all catching a body.
All right.
Fucking accessory. You're getting charged with first-degree murder and homicide just like him. Yep. If you walk in the store, shout out to my young bull, this happened to him right here in Las Vegas. No names need to be included. He walks in the store with a friend and a brother. They picked him up because he needed a ride home. They stop in the store. As he's walking in, you could see even the news anchors and the people that was involved in this robbery said the same thing. They said, yeah, the third guy, I don't think that he knew that they were going to do that. He's facing life in prison because somebody died during that robbery. They didn't care that he didn't have a gun. They didn't care that he didn't shoot anyone. They didn't care that he helped save a pregnant woman's life in the midst of the robbery. They didn't care that he didn't leave with the robbers. He told them, man, get the fuck out of here. I don't know what y'all on. He's doing 50 years right now in prison. So I don't want to hear that this little white girl didn't know that these men that she's with that are yelling racial epithets, that are saying that they're going to lynch this boy, that are throwing things at him and his white girlfriend from the car. I don't care. She's an active participant.
Yeah, that ass.
Right?
Period.
Well, unfortunately for her,
sorry for you,
that warning shot pierced her body.
Yep.
Killing her on the spot. So, our young American, Marcus Wilson, that doesn't have a criminal record, has never been arrested, never been in trouble with the law, he invokes the famous, the infamous,
stand your ground,
the well-supported stand your ground. Now, we know if you're saying, hey, why does stand your ground sound familiar? Because there was a beautiful young man by the name of Trayvon Martin that was murdered at 17 years old by an overzealous, out of shape, bum-ass police officer wannabe reject. And the reason why all of white America supported, and all 12 of those white jurors said they cannot convict him of murder, even though he disobeyed a direct order to not engage with this young kid, is because in Florida, just like in Georgia, just like in Nevada, you can stand your ground. Which means I don't have to offer a retreat. Oh, I want to know is how is a person a victim when they're on the pursuit? They were chasing this kid. But this is America. So the white power infrastructure known as the judicial system, they arrested this kid. They have yet to charge him. But he's been in jail for over 440 days. The story is not out in the media, that is mainstream media, that is old media, because the judge who was caught by the defense attorney illegally transporting evidence to his home. I don't know how they caught him doing that, but when they did, he refused to allow them to speak about it in court in front of the stenographer, so it wouldn't be entered in the court record. And then this judge, this white supremacist, issued a gag order on the case. So there's no media. And there's nobody speaking about it. The local news has done a lot to try to shed light on the story, but they have now been hit with a gag order. So they're not getting any updated information. And here's a young man just sitting in jail and being, basically accused of murdering an innocent, poor, beautiful white woman when in act she was a part of a lynch mob.
Are you saying poor, beautiful white woman, or is that what the media's
pursuing him,
making it out to be?
What do you think the media's making it out to be?
Fuck her.
Well, I mean, I appreciate your opinion on that. I'm just telling you, like, this is the story. This is what they're saying. This is the way they're pushing it. They show glowing, beautiful pictures of this young girl. They show her angelic and innocent. Yeah, now, to me, I'm not like I'm not a surface level thinker. I don't say fuck her, because nigga, at the end of the day, it isn't illegal to chase anybody. That I thought, like, I mean, I know it sounds crazy what I'm saying, but she didn't shoot anybody. She didn't harm anybody physically. She was taking part in a mob mentality that a lot of people do, especially when they're young. I don't say fuck her, because, dog, we've all made a mistake. We've all done something stupid. We've all been in the crowd where niggas was going hard on one person or a particular person and then thought about it afterwards like, I don't get down like that. That shit was whack. Next time something like that happens, nigga, I'm going to make sure, nigga, everybody ain't piling up on one dude. That could have been her moment, right? That could have been the one time she really likes this guy and he happens to be racist. So she's in the car, she's riding with him. What if she was in the car the whole time yelling at him to stop? That's why I'm not quick to be like, oh, fuck her. What I'm saying is, fuck that judge and fuck the American judicial system, right, that protects her ignorance
and keeps a man in jail for 400 or something days
and attacks
gag orders,
this man's natural citizen right to, like, defend himself and to go to the fucking movies with his girlfriend and make it home safe. Right? They didn't even. George Zimmerman slept in his bed the night that he killed Trayvon Martin.
This man ain't seen his bed since.
This man is in jail. Hey, this is America.
But we already know America.
I thought it was illegal.
The same for us.
I thought it was illegal. I thought you had to see the judge.
You do.
Within 72 hours once you were arrested. Yeah. I thought you had to see the judge within 72 hours while you were arrested. I've been let out of jail once because they couldn't get me in front of the judge in 72 hours. Mm-hmm. Dead ass. The shit. I mean, I wasn't in jail for nothing crazy. So, like, I've been in there damn near 2 days. Like, they OR'd me. But that's just one of those things, man. Like, this is where we are. You have a judge along with a prosecutor's office that, just like in the Ahmaud Arbery case down in Atlanta, instead of trying to seek justice or trying to weed out what happened. See, the thing is when Trayvon gets killed, it's like, oh, yeah, I know, that sucks, right? I'm so sorry. Yeah, that's terrible. It's always just terrible that these atrocities happen to black people on white people's watches under guise of leadership. Oh, that's just terrible what happened to Ahmaud Arbery. No one's mad other than black people that the fucking district attorney received a phone call from a racist murderer and was like, yo, I fucked up. We actually killed this dude. Like, what do we do? And she, oh, don't worry about it. My fellow white brother, I will come to your aid. And now she's facing federal fucking charges, and she threw her whole career away to protect white supremacy. A college student, a college graduate, that with great community endeavors. There were NFL players crying and tweeting and taking the day off when he got killed because of the character that he has. Mm-hmm. He was murdered, shot dead, hunted like a fucking animal, and murdered and shot dead in the street. And they lied to his mother and said he got killed because he was trying to break into some white man's home.
Yeah.
That's what the police, the district attorney in the city decided, but rather than admitting that this stupid, racist, ignorant ass white man and his son and his neighbor jumped in the car, chased down a black man that was jogging because a house got broken into a month ago. So it had to be that nigger. He's running in our neighborhood. He had to be doing some crime. Let's go get him, boys. And sensible, democratic, liberal, supposed, non-racist white people, educated. Their first instinct was like, you know what? Let's cover this shit up.
Yeah.
That little black boy's life don't mean shit. We don't give a fuck about his mother who raised him to be a certain individual. You know what it would do to my mother? If she found out that I got killed
running through there.
Because at 28 or damn near 30 years old, after graduating college, I decided to go do a home invasion and somebody killed me. You know what that would do to one Rose Gordon? If she found out that her child was murdered in self-defense because he was attacking someone else's home while they were there. Now, she's not going to believe that.
Right.
But a small part of her has to a little bit, or at least think about it like, well, is this why my son's dead? Is this why I'm going through all this? Like, where did he make a mistake? To even make that woman think for 1 second, damn you, Aubrey, what were you thinking?
That's out of pocket.
Bro, that's the most foul shit you can do, man. That's the most foul shit you can do. And if you're not racist, if you're not a supporter of white supremacy, nigga, you have to be against these things. That you can't look at that and be like, oh, that's terrible, and go on with your life. Like, no, you got to start checking your racist ass family members, man. And if you don't want to check them, start calling those motherfuckers out.
Right.
Because this shit is ridiculous. Hey, what happened to all the George Floyd shit that y'all was on?
That shit was gone.
What happened to all the white people that was marching with us crying, saying that this has to stop? Defund the police, and they need more accountability. Hey, the police, newsflash, the police turned up on us when they got to George Floyd.
Sure did.
They've been knocking our heads off nationwide ever since they got in trouble for killing George Floyd. I want y'all to know that. Go look at the stats. Black bodies dropping like flies by the hands of police officers. And we know that they don't need a reason. That's what they feel about America siding with black people and the world siding with black people for the George Floyd, the treatment of George. Because there's a lot of cops that look at George Floyd's case and blame him.
Yeah. It'll always be like that. There's always going to be cops that look at any case that involve black people and blame us. Because we're still second class citizens who are too dumb to achieve anything. So like, oh, it's another nigger. Oh, another nigger did a murder. Oh, fuck it. Another nigger died. Oh, fuck it. It don't mean shit to me.
And I know that town, that white power infrastructure is fucking upset that because the thing is, bro, this is the thing. They're not even taking in consideration of how the shot was ended up fired. Like, oh no, you shot the gun that killed this white girl. You got to go to jail for it. We just got to hold you here until we figure out how to make it happen.
Make it happen, right?
Because I'm like, bro, I get it. She's 17, bro. No 17-year-old should be shot dead, right? Even whether it's their fault or not their fault. In a perfect world, but it happens. She did something. The people that she was with did not honor her.
Nope.
They put her in harm's way because she wasn't driving, right? So we don't know her mindset. We don't know if she was whipping a lasso or fucking, yelling, telling her to stop, or laughing, thinking it was funny.
Mm-hmm.
I know it wasn't funny when that bullet hit her ass.
No, it wasn't.
But she's still a 17-year-old white girl. In America, look, man, most of the atrocities post-slavery that happened to black communities happened because something allegedly happened to a white girl by the hands of a black man. Whether you talk about Rosewood, Florida, the Central Park massacres,
Emmett Till,
nigga, fucking Emmett Till, the bombing of Black Wall Street.
Mm-hmm.
These all started with a white girl saying that a black male did something to her. I'll be fair. I don't know if she was telling the truth or not.
We know Emmett Till's case she wasn't.
Because the bitch said it before she died, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, but it's the same judicial system that said they can't try her. They don't want to try her. This is the jury of our peers that don't want to try her because she's too old. I know that jury. I know Dr. Bill Cosby would have loved to have that jury of his peers.
Right. It's too because he's too old.
That nigga, I'm blind, crippled, nigga, and damn near 90, and y'all threw me in that motherfucker. And then the Supreme Court said I should never even been there.
Yep.
So what they do? They picked up another case from 1978, nigga, to come after this nigga with. Hey, man, I don't think rape should have a statutory limit. I want to say that before I say what I'm about to say. But I thought rape had a limit of statutory, like, not statutory rape.
A limit, statutory of limitations.
Statutory of limitations. Now, I'm not pleading for that. I always thought that was kind of crazy. I think murder and rape
should not have statute
and
of limitations.
Child abuse shouldn't have limits. But they told us they have limits.
Mm-hmm. So why are we grazing the goalposts?
The young black girl that plays in Black Panther was raped by Harvey Weinstein. She's beautiful. Was raped by Harvey Weinstein. They didn't take her case because of the statute of limitations. Yeah. So it's how they pick and choose. It goes back to what we like to talk about a lot over here on this pod, and that's the moving of the goalposts, fam.
Raising of the goalposts.
How y'all gonna move the goalposts, man? Like, I thought for sure, and I told, hey man, when they was trying Trayvon's killer,
I thought Zimmerman was gone.
I didn't, because I followed that case so much. I watched every day of trial, and I was like, bro, I could try this case better than these two lawyers. They're not doing a good job at all, nigga. But then it turns out that if you watch the Jay-Z documentary, which is Rest in Power, the Trayvon Martin story, Jay-Z and them paid private investigators, and they got the phone recording conversations when George Zimmerman was incarcerated after getting his bail revoked because he didn't forfeit his passport. He was only in jail for another couple days, and just like let him out again. They gave him bail again, but they revoked his bail so they to appease all the black people that was mad. He's on the phone and he's nervous because he killed this fucking kid, and he's in jail now, and so he's scared, and he's talking to his wife that he beats. She was on the verge of leaving him because he had beaten her real bad. She was leaving him. He copped his body. The attorneys leave him after the case, after the trial. She's divorced him. She don't fuck with George Zimmerman because he's abusive. This nigga had a criminal record for assaulting a police officer and telling him, do you know who the fuck my father is? The whole trial, I'm telling people, his dad's a federal judge, right? They kept that shit under the wraps. But in this documentary, they showed that you can hear the tape. George Zimmerman's father and mother sat down with the district attorney and the two district attorneys that were going to try the case. And they assured him that they had to try the case, but Mr. Zimmerman will be found innocent. And if you watch that case, you look at the evidence they had, and then you watch the trial, that's exactly what they did. This was a whole, hey, that's why Jay-Z, Beyonce, fucking Stevie Wonder, all of them vowed they'll never do a concert in Florida again. Fam, this is a documentary, you know what I'm saying, that Jay-Z stamped. But this is after he had the success with the Khalif Browder story. And we see that got Rikers closed.
Yeah.
Rikers is going to be closed because of Khalif Browder. They stepped on the Trayvon Martin documentary, bro. You got to go look that up and find it. But it makes you, if you were mad during the George Zimmerman trial, you might not even want to watch this documentary, fam. Because everything you thought, it was true. Now, he killed this boy, and the U.S. government, by way of the state of Florida, the city of Sanford, the district attorney's office, and the police department, covered it up to make sure that this white man, although he's a Hispanic white man, a Spaniard of European descent, they made sure that he didn't go to jail for that. And that's just where we are. So when I see the young brother and I hear about Marcus Wilson's story, we're talking about that on this episode right now is because, fam, we don't have a lot of followers. This is not a big platform yet. But we're the second news or the second outlet or the second media platform to speak of this man's plight. Because shout out to Roland Martin Unfiltered, Because if you don't watch Roland Martin Unfiltered, you would never have known about this kid. Because they had to use a third party, a representative of the NAACP local chapter, because he's the only one that's not under the gag order that can share the information. This is after George Floyd's death. It's not really much more details. We're gonna keep you all posted, just like with the young brothers over in Ecuador. Be careful, man. Be careful. When George Zimmerman was on trial, I looked at my mans and was like, fam, because he was arguing like, no, I mean, to stand your ground, bro. You kind of need that law, bro. Niggas out here wild. Woo, woo, woo. I said, dog, you're a fucking idiot if you think any black man in America will ever be able to invoke the stand my ground clause, nigga, and beat a murder.
Niggas is going to prison.
I would like to look that up. I'm probably going to check that out this weekend to see if any black American has ever won the stand your ground. Because I've seen several black people that go to jail and they were trying to do the stand and they didn't like allow them to invoke it. They just ignored that stance and were like, no, we're trying you for murder. The dude that killed the football player a couple years ago got off on stand your ground in a road rage incident.
Oh, yeah, the dude killed my Saints player.
Yeah, the nigga that was clean from USC. The running back smoked him right there in daylight. And that's the thing, is like when you're talking about racism and systemic white supremacy, white supremacists know that the law protects them. Yep. White supremacists know that if I shoot at this black dude right here with locks and he starts shooting back at me, I'm good. Like, he's going to jail. They're going to criminalize him defending himself, which they've always done in America. And what I say is, man, it's better to be judged by 12 than 6.
Carried by 6.
You know what I'm saying? Fuck that. Fuck that, man. We'll say that for another episode, man, on another day. But the need for African Americans to start arming themselves has reached a catastrophic point in this society. I understand that.
I'm telling you, start killing enough cops, they'll start thinking twice about shooting our ass.
Well, relax on that. We don't condone shooting of any police officer.
Or hold on, not cops. We're not even talking about cops.
It's too. We already said white supremacists.
Let's start. Yeah, we start shooting these racist motherfuckers.
No, we ain't shooting nobody. We're going to defend ourselves accordingly.
Yeah, well,
you understand?
That's what he says.
Yeah, because we're on Facebook. That's why I said that.
Get the fuck off Facebook.
Man, you ain't.
Hey, you too.
I'm just saying, bro.
We're coming.
Niggas about to go back.
We're coming back home, man. We're coming back home. Hey, Apple motherfucking podcast.
Google, all you niggas.
We're coming.
We'll see you in a minute.
Yeah,
those meetings,
I'm sick of this
went
shit.
Well. We'll holler at you.
I'm sick of this shit because this nigga got a ban not that long ago. I got a ban, like, remember my ban for like a whole fucking like 30 days. Remember that shit, bro?
I'm telling you, though, like,
fuck
it's not for that. So, like, we'll talk about that another date. But, you know, it is what it is. That's really much all I had. What else did I see? Anything? Yeah, Joe Biden said, man, Republicans are holding Americans hostage. I'm like, Joe, where you been at, fam?
Yeah, and we know that real. Where are you? Yeah,
we know that, fam. Like, we just need you to do something about it, my G.
Stop letting that happen.
All right, and then lastly, Senators Joe Manchin and Sinema, whatever the fuck your first name is. Let me be careful. On behalf of my constituents. On behalf of my constituents, bro. On behalf of like the working class of America. I hope you catch COVID. The worst kind.
Well, fuck you.
The worst kind. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers holding up every bill, and they Democrats. Like, just cuz. Like, they like thinking Cinema, she just like the attention. She out here doing meet and greets. Like, but you're not a celebrity. Whack, man. Whack, bro. Like, America, man, we gotta do something.
Do better.
We gotta do something about these politicians, bro. Why we be letting them punk us like that? Like, think about it. Just before we leave, people that we put in office are the reason why the minimum wage is the way it is, why insurance is the way it is. Why are we still using
Healthcare?
Why are we still using gas and coal, fam? You know why?
And you can't sit
These
here.
old racist bastards
all these
that are about
motherfuckers-
to die in the next 10 years, they don't care because they're not going to be here.
No, but here's what I'm saying. Also, all you motherfuckers
And we
were like,
following them.
all you motherfuckers be like, my car ain't gonna be as fast. A bullshit. Lamborghini makes a hybrid car that's just as fast as the motherfucker run on gas.
Hey,
Ferrari, the same.
But this
Tesla,
nigga just
the
said
same.
this nigga just said Tesla, Lamborghini, and Ferrari. Like nigga, so if they go electric tomorrow, we all getting those cars.
No, but what I'm saying, these are the ones having them arguments. You got people who are arguing
Nigga, that Ford Fusion go fast.
No, I'm just saying.
That was just a dumb argument they was having. Nigga.
But
the
I'm
Chevy
saying,
Volt
you
that
know,
Obama
it's
pushed,
fast.
nigga, was fast. Nigga, like
But that shit did have issues.
it was
They
the
had
first
to
one.
recall the fuck out
Prototype,
that
nigga. First one, you got to get the kinks out.
Yeah, because
Speaking of
Teslas are doing just
Speaking
fine.
of Tesla, shout out to the black person that just was awarded $168 million.
The black dude with the glasses that rebuilds him.
Yeah, because
they
Tesla,
fucked his whole
you
little
niggas ain't shit.
They fucked his whole YouTube page and shit off, bro.
Like the white establishment loves to step on black creators.
You were mad. You're mad that a black dude that had nothing to do with the Tesla program, never studied your shit, nothing, was able to break your shit down.
He worked for them.
Oh, did he?
They gave him a job. He wasn't high up,
didn't know
nigga.
he
He worked in the auto parts and shit like that, and worked and just was paying attention and worked and paying attention, and then with some scrap parts,
Probably did the Panasonic
with
thing
some scrap parts. My nigga just went home because he's a creator, and was like, man, I think we can do this easier. I think we can do this without all this money. Like I think what he cut through is the fat. We could just make the cars.
Damn,
like
hold on, you said he got 160.
168 million.
Yeah, he said shut that shit up, nigga.
Boy, when I seen that, I felt like I got a little check. Like,
I don't have too many problems with Elon, but it's like I always trying for a little man.
He's a
on
doof.
some shit like that.
I'm gonna tell you my
nigga.
problem
That's
with
just-
Elon. Same problem I got with Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, and other men.
I hate
Hey,
Jeff
bro,
Bezos.
and just so we're not being clear, if Hove was worth $128 billion, he would be in the same category.
He'd be a doof.
But he's not. So he's not a doof. Hey, man, I don't want to hear shit about an American, a human, that has the money to eradicate homelessness in his state without losing anything that he likes. And you talking to me about what you want to do, other ways to sell me something. Oh, in the future, you're gonna be able to buy a ride to Mars from me. Fuck you. I don't care. Hey, man, all you little space cadets, nigga, how about you make a motherfucking cool ass little house for some homeless motherfuckers to live in?
Little space house.
Hey, how about you work on this global warming? Do some shit like that. Like, if you want to impress me at being Stephen Hawkins and people like that, like, may he rest in peace. Hey, man, do something for people. Do something for people.
Yeah, stop breaking.
Mark Zuckerberg was on that path when he created Facebook because I done talked to more of my cousins and I done been more in tune with family members and shit that I would not have seen or been paying attention to as much if I still was writing letters to niggas and sending pictures. So I appreciate Facebook. But when it comes out, and this is a luxury of white America can see racism and benefit from it and not bat an eye because they don't have nothing to lose. So when he sees that, hey, it's a lot of racist shit kicking up here, he weaponized it because of the money that he was making off of it versus you don't even have to shut it down. I'm all for racism having a space. If you want to spew racial epithets towards other people, hey, you deserve a platform too, bro. I'm not probably going to pay attention to it, but whatever. Somebody will. So I'm not even saying that if you're racist, you shouldn't be able to have a YouTube or a Facebook. But when they get caught cooking the algorithms, you know what I mean? That's it. That's an issue. When they're tricking the algorithms in small town America to make white kids see things that will indoctrinate them to white supremacy, that's an issue. Because there's no way that you can separate that when talking to Akeem Gordon. That means that Mark Zuckerberg is at the very least, a supporter, a friend of white supremacy. Because it's the same person that banned the Honorable Louis Farrakhan from his platform. They got Alex Jones the fuck up out of here. All he did was tell us that we already knew, niggas, aliens, nigga. And the powerful rich people of the world be doing a whole bunch of foul shit behind our back. That's Alex Jones summed up in one fucking sentence, in one little soliloquy. What's so harmful about Alex Jones, right? Him saying that, he just got sued too. He just took an L too. You know, this nigga been running around telling them motherfucking Sandy Hook parents that they're crisis actors, nigga, for the last 15 years.
Damn.
10 years. He been saying Sandy Hook was fake. Oh, nigga, he was going after the lady, she's crying over her son, fam. Let me tell you about indoctrination, because he's been putting out these documentaries for years, so now it didn't reach Congress. What's her name? Margie Taylor or whatever the fuck her name, the little dumbass white girl that's running around that got suspended. But so now she just be running around raising money and saying stupid shit. She chased down a woman and her husband that just spoke to Capitol Hill about gun violence and gun control measures because they're parents of Sandy Hook. They dropped off their fucking third grade school kids and they didn't come home. This bitch is running down the street calling them crisis actors, saying that they were fake. And the media and the news over there on Fox was, oh, she told them like how it was. She chased them down. Like they didn't like chastise her for it. They was acting like this bitch was being a patriot doing this. I said to myself, fam, I would have turned around and backhanded a U.S. senator. I don't know what the consequences is for putting your foot in a U.S. senator's ass. We'd have found out that day.
I got time today.
Hey man, I got time for that. What do you mean? What do you mean? Fam, I've talked to people that I thought was intelligent that brung that same shit up to me. I mean, you got these crisis actors. Sandy Hook wasn't real, bro. Fam, come on, man. Come on, bro.
Shit like that be the
I
last
got you
time
on the
we
moon landing.
talk.
I got you on the moon landing. That shit got a slant to it. It's a lot of iffy shit. But when you're talking about somebody burying their children, come on, fam. We seen what happened. We seen a white kid get mad at his mother and come to the school and kill all her kids because she cared about those kids more than him.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That's the story of Sandy Hook. But you're racist when you start saying, yo, bro, we really need to start checking some motherfucking psyche. Everybody can depict what's wrong with black people because of slavery, because of this. You don't think slavery and being the dominant society has a psychological effect on people? I don't know why it would only have an effect one way. Hey man, if a man is out there raping bitches, excuse my language. If a man is out there raping women, he's affecting them. He's traumatizing them. But he's doing trauma to himself as well. And we got all the scientists in the world and all the TV dramas. Everybody want to figure out why a rapist do it, why he did it. Or why a serial killer, pedophile, why'd he do it. Nobody wants to question why white supremacy still lives and thrives today in 2021. Nobody wants to question and deep dive into what's birthing and what's keeping the heartbeat pumping of white supremacy. I'll solve the problem. Fucking white people. And white people need to do better. Because just like black people need to do better when it comes to their kids shooting up the neighborhood, right? Mexicans, Hispanics got to do better because their kids join gangs and get pregnant early and all that shit. All these stereotypes. What are we saying against that other community that is the forefather of this, the creator of this, and the financier of this? Nobody can tell me that this kid, Marcus, is not getting lynched. This is a modern day lynching. It's not legal to put a noose around our neck and hang us from a tree because we killed a white woman. So nigga, just sit in jail. And don't worry about what you being charged with. We gonna figure it out. You gonna be charged with something. And that's happening in America, bro. Like, that's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. I don't want to hear shit about journalism and news anchors and all that. Because, nigga, none of them, I don't give a shit about that gag order. That's why I don't like propaganda-ass TV like Law and Order and shit like that. Olivia Pope and shit like that. Because those people aren't real.
They're not, because motherfuckers will get around a gag order like that. We watch shows
there
where
is
motherfuckers
no
get
cop
around gag
in the
orders.
world is respectable or honorable as any of the cops on Law and Order.
Hell no.
It's just a fact.
Hell no.
It's just a fact. Nigga, especially, you gonna use the NYPD department?
Right. Of all cops, nigga.
Nigga,
the NYPD.
Fuck out of here. Nigga, we know that gang.
We supposed to think the NYPD cool and they helping
We
anybody?
supposed to think that they got like 6 good cops that's just above. Nigga, y'all niggas would be dead. Nigga, stop.
You niggas would be buried.
That's gang culture. That's like me and him joining the Crips, nigga, and saying, yo, bro, we don't want to fight no more. Let's just Let's join hands and kumbaya, and we don't ever want y'all to beef with no bloods because we Crips now. Nigga, they'll shoot us, nigga, it'd be over.
Tomorrow.
We'd be gone.
We'd be dead.
They might not
tomorrow.
even kill us. Like, man, just get the fuck out of here.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we just got to start telling the truth. We got to start having some real conversations, man. I'm going to leave it with that. Marcus, man, you on our prayers, bro. We over here at the Always Talking Shit Show. Got your back. I'm going to try to do some digging and see if you got any social media, anything like that, if we can reach out to any of your family. Any other YouTubers, podcasters, content creators. Hey, if you get wind of this, man, share this on your platform. Share these stories on your platform. Let's kind of like educate the world on Marcus Wilson's story, because I think this is going to be an interesting story when it's all said and done. They're not going to be able to step on this forever. It's going to become national news. Once it got on Roland Martin, he probably already called Al. The Al Sharpton, nigga, they probably already working on that. They gonna get the media over there. It's gonna be a big story. And I remember a lot of white people that I love, that claim to love me, that saw me hurt because I knew that I could have been Trayvon Martin a million times in Reno. They all, Akeem, it's the law, and it's a necessary law. It's just unfortunate. So I want to see y'all have the same energy when it come out that this black boy shouldn't be tried or shouldn't be found guilty in any way, because he was standing his ground. It's just going to be an interesting case study about where we are in society today. You got anything to add, bro? You got anything you want to touch on before we get up out of here? You good? Hey, man, and shout out to AOC for always trolling the Republicans. I wish that girl can be president. Now I would marry AOC.
She is bad. Bad
I love that woman.
I don't mean to like take away from the things she's done politically, but
It's all inclusive.
she's fine.
That's what makes her bad. It's
Right.
all of that.
She's fine.
It's all of that. And you see what she came to in the what's that, in the Fashion Week shit in?
Met
Like,
Gala.
come on, bro. Met Gala, yeah. She bad,
Doing
man.
too much.
I love it though, because that's where you do too much at.
You do too much. Yeah.
And good people gotta stop being punks.
And on that note, we're gonna get the fuck out of here.
It's being real, bro. It's your boy Keem Sincere.
That's your boy Talkin. That's another episode of the
Always Talking Shit Show, man. And we are. I was telling my nigga, man, I'm like, dog, good niggas, good dudes gotta stop being punks.
New Always Talking Shit
You know what
Show.
I'm saying? That's what I